Dude, it's okay. We'll hear Berserk movie 4 before Bleach even gets announced.
This is true.
But only one person we know
You're
cares
assuming
about
it
Bleach.
is. That's the problem here.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Bleach. Oh, man. Well, okay, what do you think will... Yeah. What do you think will come first? The Berserk movie 4 or Bleach? Or a Bleach continuation of the anime?
What? Didn't we just talk
Berserk movie.
Obviously.
4.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay, now let me do this.
Berserk movie 4, The Golden Age arc, part 1.
Now, what do you think will come out first? The ending of One Piece or animation of the current parts of Berserk?
Ending
And
of
in
One
One
Piece.
Piece. Easily.
Okay, how about what will come first? Berserk or the ending of Berserk or the ending of One Piece?
Oh, that's actually a tough one. It is actually a tough one. I don't know if I can make an educated call on this one, but I'm gonna go. We'll see the ending of Berserk first.
Okay.
Unless another
hiatus.
unless they get on another fucking boat.
The real question is, which will come first? So watching Berserk or Pokemon ending?
The answer to both is never. These are things that never end. It's infinite.
So, Dawson, let's clink this. Hello and welcome to episode
we're
5?
already?
Episode 5, right?
Yeah, I believe it's episode 5.
Of the Anime Symposium. This is what we would call a sleepy, tired...
This is our latest recording yet. So
Yeah,
let's see how
Be
this
very
goes.
quiet.
Yes. With me I have...
That's the hope.
With me I have Dawson, as always.
What's up, guys?
And Connor.
Oh, this is gonna be a.
This is the tired podcast right now.
Definitely gonna be an episode.
This is
Our mix of
Cheers.
our mental
It's alright, guys.
states.
We already lost all our viewers. It's cool.
Between a mix of our mental state and anime that has been chosen this week, there's just this is gonna be bad.
Chosen, quote unquote.
Quote unquote chosen.
We
yes.
have the time of when we're recording, our mental state right now, and then the anime that made our mental state even worse. So.
Oh, you pussy.
I'm just gonna skip right to it.
Yeah, it's
no spoiler-free review on this shit.
No,
this
no,
thing
no,
is old.
No. We're doing that spoiler section
Oh
because
my
I'm
God.
doing this as the anti-recommendation here. No more fluff. I'm just going right into it.
right into Demon King Daimao.
This week we watched Demon King Down.
Dumb. Wow, Andrew, going for shots already.
Oh, Freudian slip there.
Demon King Daimao, right?
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
It's
Demon King Daimao is the way I always pronounce it.
It aired in, I believe, 2010, and it has the animation style of 2005. I'm already going for hits on this one. This is, again, part 1, the no spoiler section.
Andrew, why do you hate fun?
I don't hate fun. I hate their second album, but, you know.
Hey, they have at least one
Goddamn
good track
hipster.
on there.
So,
At least one.
so where do we start on this non-spoilery
The
section?
Wait, isn't it fun, period?
Yeah.
Isn't that their name? Okay.
I thought it was exclamation mark.
Oh, okay. I don't...
There's a period.
As
No,
you-
wait. Only anime second seasons use exclamation marks.
So as you can see, we're very much like dancing around this because at least 2 of us here do not want to talk about this at
Andrew
all.
really wants to build up suspense is all that's really going on.
Demon King Daimao is one of those generic, I could say, eki harem romances.
that I watched as a kid.
Eki Battle Shonen.
About a dude
It's
who
an
goes
eki.
to this school and somehow is bestowed this power, and then, you know, girls flock to
He
him.
didn't just get the
Eki.
power, he's always had the power.
He's always
He's
had
always
it inside
been
him,
there.
I guess. But, you know, that's the general summary of it. I
I
mean,
know, right? And
there's
then
a lot-
everyone's like, "Oh, this guy's so weak," but he's like, "No, I have a hidden power, and there's
Oh,
just by
oh, that's
technicality, I'm
original.
really weak."
that's origial.
Wait,
I was describing the opposite, genius.
when was
I don't
he?
care.
When was he ever weak?
That's the point. It wasn't in there.
He was never weak. He was always strong.
That's the fucking point.
This guy is like the original Kirito here. He
No.
like never had a weekness.
Okay, what makes this
He
original
still doesn't have a weakness.
is that this is the only thing that actually makes it original, and I will give you that. The only thing that makes it actually original is this guy is at a state where he is supposed to be the villain character. Basically, the world is designed around this character being Bowser in a sense. It's like, you're the villain, that is always going to be your job, and everyone hates you for
You
it.
stole the princess, and everybody's looking in the wrong fucking castle.
Every time he
That's
gets a
what's happening
power-up,
here.
it's like a type of villain power-up. It's not something you would see a hero usually getting. It's him being, like, more and more evil, basically.
Which is interesting.
I was gonna save this for the discussion section, but I'm just gonna go for it right now. From all the stuff we've just been recently watching with the latest season, how did you enjoy this at all? Everything about this just screamed, why does Connor like this? He should hate every bit of it. The Eki hates it. The Harriman hates it.
Yeah.
The genericness hates it.
Wait, how? Okay, we're still on spoiler-free, just, like, keeping track here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
I know. It's because of the world, dude. It's like, it was at a time when I was like super young, like I just want to see everything. I was like, what if fucking magic and technology and all that shit clashed? And that was before it became so like everything was so saturated with this shit, right? This was back in 2010, which doesn't seem like a long time to you, but that was 5 years ago, almost 6 now.
I've seen it.
Index did it 10 years ago.
Mahori
But
Sensei
that's
Negima
okay.
did it 10 years back.
Wait, isn't it?
Index, not quite 10 years, but
yeah,
Index
but it's
is
not the same thing. That was
really
like
early.
it was like, okay, there's magic and there's technology, but that's it. In Demon King Daimao, you're getting like a fucking fun pack of shit.
No.
That's true. They just do whatever the fuck
You-
they want with
okay,
it.
they're
Index
like, okay,
has specific
They're
rules.
like,
No.
I swear to God, they took 10 writers and they're just like, okay, all you guys write a story. Okay, now that you're done, now put your stories together. Now you can actually start reading each other's stories.
It's like, wait, guys, this doesn't work. No, we're gonna fucking make it work.
No, that leads me to the biggest question. Why haven't you just read Negima? Like, literally.
Because Negima's long and I don't like lollies and the main character. Okay, reading Negima sounds like a pain. I can't even read JoJo right now, dude. I tried. I am a fucking horrible
I
reader.
know, but you do understand.
There's not many
you do
manga you follow.
You do understand. This is
Follow
Negima.
2. Berserk and One Punch.
No, this is Negima, okay? You take those ninjas you want. You take the technology. You take that magic. You take everything that actually is
And
like
then you
really
make it
cool.
cute 13-year-old girls.
No, you take everything about everything that was in Demon King Daimao, but you do it 10 times better. Whole time I was watching this show, I was like, this should be. Why am I not just rereading Negima for a 4th time, 5th time? Like, there was just so much. I was like, Negima did this better. Negima did this better. You know what? Persona did this better. Negima did it better. Like, I could think of so many things. That
When did
did this
Persona 4
better.
come out?
2008.
Really?
Yeah,
God, man, you've been waiting a long time.
I have.
Quite a long time. We got Golden, but
No.
Golden's like
But no,
the
here's the
same
thing.
thing.
Persona
Berserk is not clusterfuck.
Persona
This
3. We were just rewatching that. I was rewatching that.
No,
ending.
here's the
Persona 3.
The two things you say have some semblance of sanity.
No, Persona 3 did the ending better. You're not at the ending, but it did that ending better.
I'll finish Persona soon.
Like, yeah, how
Before
long is
the new
Persona?
game comes
Huh?
out.
How long is Persona? 3.
100 hours.
100 hours.
How long is this show?
5.
Maybe 5 hours.
Yes.
I probably watched.
They
it.
don't have the time to do all that crazy cool build-up and shit. They
No,
gotta
but
fit
there-
in the
no.
Eki.
There was no build up in Persona.
That's true. 100-hour game is not 100 hours of story, but it's still considerably more story than Demon King had.
There's about 40 hours of story in Persona 3.
That's still 8 times as much.
No, but specifically the plot point I'm talking about can probably be condensed in all the movies, which probably takes about the same amount of time as watching Demon King.
Okay.
Movies take less, I'm pretty sure. Actually, no, I feel like the first one was 45 minutes or so. The second one was over an hour
Okay,
for
this
sure.
is getting us nowhere.
Yeah.
Time out, really quick. Let's just do the reviews, because this section usually doesn't last this long.
That's true.
I know, because you know why? No one else is going to watch those
Okay.
other sections, so I'm just going to...
Before we continue, we're just going to give sort of our basic reviews so you guys can sort of understand what we each thought, if you can't already tell.
Yeah.
Andrew hates it.
No, I don't say I hate it.
Okay, we'll go person by person, and
Okay.
we will explain it.
I don't hate it. I really don't. I just think that so many things did it better. Like, everything about this, I've seen so many things done it so much better.
Okay.
I rate this 5 out of 10. And that's
That's fine.
generous, because I rated Air like 4. And Danganronpa the animation probably 4.
Yeah,
Here's the thing.
Danganronpa the animation
Here's the
doesn't
thing.
deserve to be rated.
Here's the thing, Andrew. Giving that a 5 is not going to affect me at all. But giving Air a 4, you're gonna get massacred now.
I don't care. I don't like Air.
I feel like you should rewatch Air with a different mindset.
No, it's the same thing. As I don't understand
I think
the
you
hype.
should rewatch Death Note with a different mindset, Dawson.
That's impossible.
I
The
don't.
moment I like Gios is the moment that I like Death Note, and neither of those is ever going
Here's
to
the
happen.
thing. I'll just say it right here. I'll say all the controversial statements I can. I don't like Air. I don't understand the hype behind White Album 2. And I don't like Bebop as much as everyone else does.
And I fucking hate Gios.
Oh my god. Okay,
Okay.
continuing. This was sort of like a nostalgia show for me, so my opinion's kind of meh on this. But I really feel like if you generally want like just some fun, stupid times, and if you're into Eki, I don't understand why people are into Eki, but whatever. So I wouldn't know what you're into, like, honestly. But I felt like it was okay. It wasn't too overbearing on the show, and they had some stupid, funny scenes all over the place. And it was just, the show, it was just stupid, but it was fun kind of stupid. Like, if you like Space Dandy, this is like a kind of watered down, it might hold you over version of that.
Okay, here's what I'm going to say.
So I did like
wish
6 or
mics
7.
can pick up facial expressions.
At this moment, yeah.
Finish it later.
I'm gonna start off by saying I can't recommend this.
Yep.
I can't in good conscience recommend this.
To anyone.
Yeah, to anyone. But it wasn't terrible. Like, I've watched worse. I've definitely watched worse a couple different times. And it definitely didn't make me hate it, and it was somewhat interesting. And there were certain characters I enjoyed. It's just it has been done better. And I would never watch it again.
See, here's the thing. You think
Here's the
that
thing, I never watch it.
But I don't hate it.
So,
I don't hate it.
it might come off that I hate it. It's more of I just don't understand why there's so many better things
Andrew,
that you
I
don't
watched this 5 years ago, dude.
I don't care.
I haven't watched it since.
There are 2 animes airing this current season. Actually, 3 that are all like just like this.
Stay tuned if you want more of this, by the way. This is all this video is going to be. We're not doing any in-depth discussions here. This is just going to be shitposting the
Okay.
video or the podcast
Okay,
edition.
I'm just gonna cut it, Edward.
Alright, cool. Guys,
Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna keep
if you
going.
like rage vids, keep going. This is what's going to happen here.
Yeah, we'll continue with this discussion. Like, literally, if you're watching just the recommendation part about this, go on to the discussion. Because you know why? You don't need to be spoiled on this. It's fine. Like, here's my problem. There are 3 animes that are airing this season that are all guy harem magic school.
Mm-hmm.
Rakuto no Cavalry, Asterisk, and 35 Anti-Magic Academy. I say Anti-Magic Academy 10 times better than this.
I would
Okay.
totally disagree with you on that.
I think the world doesn't need more Eki battle harems. I
kn-
think the world doesn't need more.
see. Here's
There's been a lot of them,
See, here's the thing.
and I like that. I enjoy the harem genre as shit as it is. I enjoy it, but I don't like Eki battle harems.
Yeah.
You mix those two together, and it should work, but
Okay.
it just doesn't.
And here's the thing. That was the only one I've watched. That's the point.
This is true.
This was before. I love variety over anything else. And this was the first time I saw anything like this show.
So since it was the first time you saw it, you
Yeah.
saw it,
And I was like, oh, this is fun.
and
There's
then
a lot of
you can't
stupidness.
see it again,
Yeah.
which is why you don't like the
Dude.
continuation. Different.
I'm gonna just go back on this. Anti-Magic Academy, I think it's 10 times better than this.
That
I
show is edge fucking heaven.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm more interested in the world of that than I was interested in this show.
I feel like you came in with a bad, like,
And the other two.
mindset on this.
No, I came on with a really fine mindset. It was
Mhm.
3 a.m. I said, I gotta watch this. I started opening up and immediately go, there are 3 shows this season that are better than this, and I don't understand why Connor likes this. And that just streamlined it. Like you told me.
Also, this wasn't a genuine recommendation for me. This was just, we're going to put random things in the hat that we all have to watch. And this was like one of the random things and it got rolled.
Here's the thing. You told me
Just
the
says
first
it.
5 episodes are fine.
Yeah.
I watched those first 5 episodes. No. I don't. I like, Eki.
They're a comedy.
No. You kept going like, the Eki is not overbearing. Dude.
I watched the sense. Okay, you know Shimonetta, right? Would you say Shimonetta has overbearing Eki?
I mean, it's the point of Shimonada.
That's the point of every Eki.
This is true.
But here's the thing, there wasn't straight up nudity like every 5 minutes in that.
Okay.
Dude, you can't say Shimonada wasn't worse than this when it came to Eki.
One thing I do
The
find
slide shit was fucking horrid.
One thing I do find funny is it's been a long time since I've seen something where clothes get destroyed in battles. That was something I feel like it's been quite a while since I've seen, and I don't know if I liked it or not, but it was just interesting to see it again after so long. Like, the most recent time I remember seeing that is there's one point in Index where they cast spells that basically turn their clothes into armor, but as their clothes get destroyed, it hurts the clothes instead of the armor. I mean, Kill la Kill does that differently.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, you know what my favorite one was? In Mohori Sensei Negima, where they're fighting, and then all of a sudden they're fighting, and then all of a sudden he beats that one girl who's part of the like magic police, and then she's like, "Wait, why aren't my clothes being blown off?"
Swear. Okay, you saw the first 2 South Park episodes of this season, right?
I only saw the one about the PC.
Damn it. Okay. Well, one of the running gags is every time Kyle gives a speech now, everyone just gives him a dirty look. Because Kyle was the guy who always gives, like, speeches in South Park.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, is he really doing this again? I want to do that to you every time you mention Negima in this video.
Just give that look.
Go for it, because I might be going more. Like...
It's like, what was that, like, the class-based shooter game that came out a few years ago? And, oh god, I'm about to mention another YouTuber. Shit. Yahtzee basically said, okay, every time I mention TF2 in this video, take a shot, and you'll probably be dead by the end or something like that. Because, yeah, I understand. You're comparing this to a competition that you think is like way better. It has a lot more backing, a lot more following. But this is such a small thing. This was like a little company going, or I don't know if it was little, or it was like a company going, here's a little bit of fun.
They obviously
we'll
didn't
throw this
have
on
a
our
budget.
B team, and then just put it, straight to DVD or some shit.
Dude, here's what I have to say about this animation, though. Like, it was at the same par as the 2005 anime of Mohori Sensei Negima. And
Okay.
they only...
Fine, by the same definition, that stupid Godzilla shit we watch, right?
Oh, that great show.
It was
It's
created in
actually really good.
2015. When was Space Dandy, or Cowboy Bebop created?
Long ass time.
How long ago?
Not that long.
Kicks so much ass in animation. I don't care how overrated you say it is. It's not Flash. It's all hand drawn, and it kicks its ass. It kicks the ass of like almost every show this season. In a way, it doesn't use CGI shortcuts.
Yeah, so there's not a lot of shows on this season. Just only a handful.
Some do. I don't know.
I'm the one who's
Basically,
watching this season.
It's just pretty obvious. They had absolutely no budget for this show. Like, if they had at least even a little bit of budget, they would have showed it somewhere.
I mean, it's well drawn.
And they didn't.
No, it isn't.
I like the drawing.
I mean,
I don't understand why you're hating on the animation so much. I still don't mind it.
I mean, I don't. There's nothing wrong with the animation.
Look at
I think it's just.
It's 2008.
Yeah,
Code
Code
Geass
Geass
is
looks
fucking
terrible. I'm
sorry.
Don't talk about Geass,
Fuck up on this
please.
one. Code Geass is ugly as fuck.
That's your opinion.
I really don't want to talk about Geass. I already have enough shit on my plate.
Okay, let me rethink this.
I'm willing to give Geass a good, actually clear watch, and I'll be like, this is my opinion on it. But that animation style is still gonna be fucking ugly.
Death Note was
Noodle people.
Death Note. Had better animation.
Yeah, but Death Note was made by like an A-team studio with a shit ton of budget.
Okay, I'm gonna. You guys keep going, and you have your little conversation here, and I'm gonna look and think.
Okay, let's have a best girl talking here.
Oh yeah,
I mean, the shit is gone.
Since Andrew's,
It's obviously Blue Girl,
since Andrew's like,
blue haired girl.
we all know the main blue-haired girl is shit. So let's move past that.
So you mean blue haired girl's the best one out of all?
Oh my
Is
god, I
she?
can't believe he actually thinks that.
I'm pretty sure you're just trolling right now, because there's no way you can actually think that.
See, here's the
There's
issue.
absolutely no way she can be an enjoyable character.
Here's the thing. I wanted to choose green haired girl, and then I went, no, Connor likes this, and I immediately didn't like green haired girl.
No.
And then I looked at red hair girl, and I was like, I kind of like this. But then I feel like if I say red hair girl, then Connor's like, why do you like the autistic girl?
Dude, it's okay. You haven't watched Sakura so you haven't seen an actual autistic girl in anime yet. But I really like Red Hood Girl. She was what made the show very watchable for me.
So I just went, who's the best one? Well, the purple girl is not that good. I mean, the blonde hair is okay, but I mean, like, I wish she had more
What's the
screen time.
blonde-haired girl?
The witch.
Oh,
Class
you mean Luffy?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like she was a character that gets to the end and they're like, shit, we hadn't like touched her, have we?
And they didn't.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why they literally just gave her Luffy's powers. Like, she ate the fucking Gomu Gomu fruit. That's what she did.
She's a witch. Hey man, stretching powers have been done before. I guess Luffy stole it from Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that's true, but like, Luffy's got his like, they do the same fucking animation
So does Jojo.
as his Gatling gun. They come up with like a dumb name for the big, I don't know, the Smash
Here's what I'm
move.
gonna say. Out of all the characters, I went, okay, blue hair girl. That's process of elimination.
She's fucking horrible though.
You go for it.
There has never been okay, I don't want to say there's never been a worse character, because there
But
definitely
she's
has been.
bad. Like
she's
every
just
second, she will jump on the chance to just give this guy all the shit in the world. She's like that kid.
She's a prime example of how not to do a tsundere
She is
character.
any character from Love Hina that isn't Shinobu.
Shinobu.
Yeah, she is any non-Shinobu Love Hina character,
It's like,
and that's why you liked her.
if anime creators
Hey, I like
got a
Shinobu.
textbook and they had how to do a tsundere character and how not to do a tsundere character, Misaka Mikoto would be how to do a tsundere character. And this blue-haired girl would be how not to do a tsundere
I love how
character.
you're not even saying her name. We're just fucking the.
I don't even know her name. I don't want to know
Okay,
her name.
wait. Darker Than Black, 2007. Better animation than this.
Dude, we watched one episode. We're like, this is shit.
Darker Than Black? Dude, but Darker Than Black is just... Let's be as edgy as possible.
I know,
don't
but
know.
I'm saying
Here's
the
the thing,
animation
dude.
style.
They didn't have to color anything. They just had to make everything
That's
black.
true. Everything's darker than black. It doesn't take a lot of
Oh
money
my god.
to make
No,
things like that.
Here's a prime example. 2010. The first season of Durara came out.
Okay, Durara doesn't have great... Durara is not a prime example of great animation.
It has great sound.
It has great stuff.
Here's the thing.
Honestly, Durara is just good because it is. It doesn't do a lot amazingly. Like,
I don't think
its soundtrack is super minimal, which is cool and all, but it's super minimal,
No,
and
here's
its
the thing,
animation
okay.
style also super
The
minimal.
thing is, I just looked at the animation style and I went, this is something that's just straight out of 2005, maybe even earlier.
Yeah.
And
Well, the weird thing about the animation style was the one weird giant sea cucumber episode. Like,
what? Do we really have to talk about this episode?
as much as Connor doesn't want to talk about this episode, I've never seen a show like switch animation styles so
This
strangely.
is also when the show starts to go to shit.
Like they completely changed how as they like came up with this new Mr. X character, they made him move weirdly, but as they made him move weirdly, they made every other character start to move weirdly at the same time. Like, they just threw all their animation conventions out the window for this episode, and they're like, you know what? Let's add a ton of extra shadows, because it looks fucking cool. And
I like
was
the
like,
animation
why?
style of the original Neon Genesis Evangelion more than I like the animation style of this.
I think a lot of people
Yeah.
really like the original. You need to mention older things with, like,
and we need to find
considered
something
bad
with bad
animation
animation.
style.
Yeah,
Like,
Love
you
Hina.
keep picking
Love
things
Hina.
with good
Love Hina.
animation.
There you go.
Okay.
Love Hina's
Okay.
worse than this. Animation by far.
At least those had more original looking characters. But that's just Ken Akamatsu, actually. That's just Ken Akamatsu.
I mean,
Yeah.
I liked Initial D's animation better than this.
And
but-
I mean, the characters looked original, but all they boiled down to is, oh my god, MC's in a situation he can't actually control, but he's a pervert anyways. Hit him into space. Team Rocket's fucking blasting off again.
Oriemo came out in 2010.
Really?
Yeah. It says right here, Oriemo 2010.
I swear to God, Demon King came out before Oriemo. That does not feel right to me.
No, Oriemo is the same year as Demon King.
Okay, Oriemo had a lot bigger budget than this did.
Can we look at the budget real quick? And can you stop just looking at random shit and not like
Yeah.
actually...
Because as much as this animation
Stop
style
comparing this to other things. And
was
just
not
talk.
amazing,
No,
It
what I'm doing
wasn't
is I'm trying to make a point about the animation style here.
terrible.
It's not bad. I still don't
Like,
get it. I enjoyed the
it's
animation.
seen.
Or in Host Club.
I've seen worse, and I don't know. It was just a generic animation style. Like, everything that's wrong with this isn't really wrong. It's just generic. Like, I feel like there's nothing about this show that is decisively bad.
Seriously, if you want to tear something apart, tear the story apart. That is the actual flawed part of this thing. Is the pacing in the story is shit.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna
It goes, oh, here's 5 episodes of cool setup and comedy. Now we're just gonna try to slam everything into
After the 5th episode acts like it ended. Like, the way they end, I think it's the 5th episode. It totally feels like
they split
they
off.
just ended the anime right there.
Because they split off probably from the original source material. I have that feeling.
And from that point on, they stopped using regular music. They just use the opening every time there's a fight scene.
Dude, I don't even know what happens in that light novel / manga. Like, I'm interested. I'm more interested in reading that right now than I was about watching that. Because at some point, apparently he marries every single character in the entire show.
Dude, he gets a harem end?
Yeah!
Oh,
Dude, he's the Demon King. What do you expect?
Move aside, Issei.
He marries every girl in that situation.
That's pretty great.
Okay, let's try to give this some semblance of order and talk about each character individually really quick.
You don't have to.
Okay, all we need
generic girl.
Blue girl.
Motherfucker, shut up. Green hair girl's amazing.
Blue girl is absolutely terrible.
There you go.
Red-haired girl's the best because she floats around invisibly naked, which is great.
Oh my god.
Plus she is...
Speed Grapher came out in 2005.
And she's just awesome.
Okay, she is not the first person to like do that though.
She's not.
To be naked when they're invisible, and that's like the point.
That's not why I like her though. I like her because of her. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know why I like red-haired girl. She's
a free spirit.
Okay. Yeah.
She skipped school.
There are many reasons to like red-haired girl. Green-haired girl was very interesting. Purple girl was overly sexual, which ruined her being interesting.
Can I say really quick?
Student council president could have been cool, but they put too many items in her character's design and made her loopy. And I just don't care about the rest of the cast.
Dude, I like the teacher. She was funny.
Oh, the teacher.
The best friend.
The teacher.
That's not a girl. We're going through girls right
now. Yeah, we're specifically going through girls. Teacher could have been cool, but she only was there for 3 episodes.
I know, but whenever she's there, it's I think she's pretty funny.
She was enjoyable. She was
Steins Gate came out a couple months after this.
Stop using shit with the biggest fucking budgets in the world. These are shows you're going, okay.
I don't care. I'm just starting to point this out at this point.
Yeah, I think none of this is relevant unless you can find a show
that didn't have
that had a budget of the same amount of money that
Working
this show
came
had.
out the same year.
This is the shit if
Working season
this
1.
is if I showed you Aqua Teen Hunger Force, isn't this show? I mean, this show's pretty enjoyable. It's kind of funny. You go, no, fucking Steven Universe, Archer. Look how much better these shows are.
But I actually like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Exactly. But it's a shit show in comparison to those.
It goes places. Hey, I would say C-Lab 2021, which is literally stock footage, old cartoons, I'm not
Stop looking up stuff and actually talk about the show. Why are you avoiding this? It's because you skimmed through it.
I am talking about this.
Yeah, I know. You skipped every other 10 seconds. I at least watched the whole thing, even though I was late.
Because you know why? I literally was
this audio is going to be fucking unusable. I swear.
I literally looked at it. I was like, I know what's going on in the scene. Boom. Oh, okay, cool. Another hand trope. Boom.
Stop spiking the mic, dude.
Every 10 seconds you skipped, something really interesting happened. I think you really missed out. There's... No, I can't lie.
I was about to be like, are you serious, Dawson?
No, I can't lie about this. There was nothing.
Okay, that is one of the parts that actually has a bit of a problem.
No. I honestly thought, visually, the last couple episodes looked cool. Visually, that was pretty cool. The dragon going up to Yijuso and getting shot by arrows. That was...
Okay, the problem with that, for me, was because all I could think about when I saw it was the second half of Sword Art. when he's trying to make it to the top of the tree.
That's what I thought too.
Yeah, I was like, dude.
Okay, you
can
can't
do
say
it
Sword
here.
Art came out before this.
Sword Art did not come out before this. And
Was it written
it's
before
not
it came out?
fair to... No, it wasn't even written before this came out. And it's not fair to compare this. And honestly, I didn't like either scene very much. But
the Sword Art scene better.
it just reminded me of it, which was weird because
No,
I
okay,
wasn't
okay.
expecting it.
Sorry, the thing I wanted to say way before, when you're talking about purple-haired girl and her over-sexuality, totally got Durarara thing, or like visions from that, rewatching it. Her and her like decapitated head brother, and their weird sexual relationship. I was like, dude, this is totally the couple from Durarara, just like reversed.
I can
Or like-
see that in,
No, it's like-
in a strange sense.
No, it's like, okay, it's the couple and then the weird sister combined into one. It's
Yeah.
like- that's what it is. You
I
take the decapitated head girl, infuse her with the guy, and then you
Okay.
bring in the sister from Durarara.
Except there's no interesting body character.
I'm just gonna say this. I think
No
the
salty
main
sadness.
reason,
I
the
know.
main reason here is, I just kept watching this show and went, everything about this show is stuff that Connor hates, and I don't get it.
That's true.
I
Like,
Well, one
did-
thing
did
that
you
was
not
really
feel that?
weird.
Did you not feel that?
The entire way through, I'm like, how did Connor ever sit through this? Like, every 5 minutes, there was something that happened that I was like, how did Connor watch this?
Exactly. See, that's my.
Like, I can't believe he didn't drop it.
See, this is my biggest problem with the show. Is that I sat there baffled that you sat through this.
Yeah. That was just the weirdest part. It's like, I can't imagine
Do you guys
Connor
really not
watching
understand this? Don't you hate yourself from 5 years ago? Can you
No.
not like?
I like
What
the
is it?
stuff I watched 5 years ago.
I wasn't watching anime
I hate
5 years
myself.
ago.
Wait, 5 years
Okay,
ago.
let me see.
The
What-
first
okay.
thing I watched...
What was I? I was 15, right?
Like freshman or sophomore year.
Yeah. Okay, freshman sophomore year. Let's see. What was I watching back then? I think I watched Air when I was
Yeah.
I think it.
I was...
Us-
If we go a year later, I was watching Doctor Who because my girlfriend was really into Doctor Who.
Dude, the only shit
That's
I
the
watched
only
was
reason
like
I watched
Naruto, One Piece.
Yeah, actually-
All I'd seen at that point was Digimon. Digimon
Honestly-
and Pokemon.
Same.
dude.
And I didn't watch anything else till my senior year when I watched Soul Eater, and I got
Dude,
hooked.
you know what I watched? You know what? I didn't really watch a lot of anime, but I read, like, I was reading One Piece. I think Mohori Sensei Negima finished a little bit around that time.
Mhm.
Or I was reading that. I was reading Bakuman. That was really good. Actually, I know you don't like Death Note, but the people who wrote Death Note wrote Bakuman. Really good.
Oh, I might actually
Because it has nothing-
watch Pokemon
It has
someday,
nothing to do with Death Note. Like,
but I will never watch Death Note.
I know you won't.
I've been told to give Death Note
Don't.
retry many
Don't.
times, and I won't.
It's not that bad, Jesus.
No, but honestly...
It's just...
No,
Okay.
honestly, Bakuman's so good. And that's one of my main reasons, is
Yeah.
I like Bakuman so much more.
Dude,
There's-
reason, stop just saying this is good. This is
No,
good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Bakuman, I like there's so much more developed characters in Bakuman.
Cool. How long is Bakuman?
200 chapters, about 4 seasons of anime. Or
Yeah.
2 or 3 seasons. 2 seasons. About the same length as Death Note.
compare this to other 12 episodes,
I haven't
I
seen
like
any other.
this. I liked this more than Absolute Duo.
I think I liked Kusen Madoshi Kusen more than I like this.
I don't remember what that is.
No,
I-
that's the one I didn't like of this.
Honestly, I think I would have rather watched this than Kusen Madoshi Kusen from what I
Dude.
saw of that.
Dude, at least A, Kusen Madoshi Kusen has one of the best EDs of the summer, and B, you could kind of have this really weird masochistic feeling.
Reversal or whatever it's called. Objection. Fucking okay. You were comparing this to like all these other animes. Like, oh, these are so much better in 2010. This thing shits on Kusen Madoshi Kusen's animation.
Yeah, it does. You can't deny that.
I don't disagree with you. That's why I never brought it up. Because you know what? Kusen Madoshi Kusen was probably like a C or D team doing that animation.
This totally was too. Like, this is some
I feel
story
dude,
that
this was more of a B team. Like, honestly, like, there was enough animation put into it, but not enough. Like,
But this just had no, like, okay, Blue Girl was a shit character, personality-wise, we've established this. The other characters look fine, but her head was drawn awkwardly big. Like, I don't know if anybody
They
else
didn't know
knows.
how to do short hair.
If anybody else noticed this, but her head was totally awkwardly big. and it just
Okay,
threw me off every time I saw her.
Okay, can we go into detail on why she's a shit character?
Okay, why Blue Hair Girl
Okay,
shit?
first episode is her character, like, that's just her. She will not change from that the entire time.
She's a nice character, and then like she goes, "Oh no, I felt betrayed."
She gets
By nothing.
She gets some pseudo development that almost looks like development, but you saw it coming from a couple miles away, so it really doesn't count. And then she's just so obviously tsundere. She is somebody, instead of writing a character that happened to fit a trope, it's like they chose the trope and then wrote the character to be that trope.
And they want you to cheer for her, but she fucking ruins everything. She makes half of the problems happen in a way. Like, half of the time, it's just MC trying to go, no, stop, please, I'm not trying to do this, and it's just her.
But then she had that moment where, like, she also gets in the same position, so it's like, okay.
Okay, I believe
and then
it
there's
was...
the last episode, and then she totally turns that fuck around and does the exact same fucking thing.
I believe it was...
Because she lost her memory.
I believe it was episode 4. Was that the one that ended when she changed her opinion?
3.
Of MC? Was that 3?
I think it was 3.
The end of episode 3?
It was when everyone got drugged at the end.
Okay, yeah. There was this, like, super brief moment. Like, that obviously should have been a big moment for her. Of, like, okay, I just completely understand what MC's been going through this whole time. And that was the point of every episode up until then. Granted, it's only, like, 2 episodes. 2.5 episodes. But still, this is, like, the big problem that's been here since then. And she understands this. And did they take more than a line to show that she understood that?
Yeah.
No. They took, like, 2 lines. There's, like, 2 lines of her being like, oh, I understand now.
No, guys,
This
seriously,
is what you were going through. And then that was the end of it. She's like, yeah, I understood. And we don't get anything more than that. She just magically understands, and the story progresses until she doesn't understand anymore, and she reverts.
Well, they lose their memory.
Wait, who loses?
All of them lose their memory. That's the whole point.
No,
of it.
everyone
She
wasn't involved.
Oh,
Everyone who ate the rice. She didn't eat the rice. She didn't drink the Kool-Aid. She didn't lose.
No, he means on the God thing.
On the God thing?
Yeah, I thought everyone
who didn't get camera time lost their memory.
Really? I thought that she also lost her memory.
When did this memory loss
Remember,
happen?
at the very end, we
Please.
just watched the last episode, dude.
That it happened in the last episode?
Yeah, after
everyone
we
lost their
destroyed
memory.
God, he's like, oh, everyone who wasn't involved in the incident lost their memory.
Wait, the world tree was God? I don't know.
It's
thought
just
it was
crying.
the world
It's
tree
just
or
crying.
something.
Are you serious, Dawson?
Okay, I will admit, most of the lead up to this episode was spent with me playing guitar and missing every other line.
But they said so many times at the end, God.
They kept talking about God, but like they didn't specifically say the world tree,
What
which
do you think they
I'm
were
using that
guarding?
word because I can't pronounce
It's
the norm.
Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil?
You know
I can't
that
properly
world tree?
pronounce that, so I'm
You
just
don't
gonna
have
call
a-
it the world tree because that's the English
Hey,
translation.
Dawson, remember what had a better world tree?
Dude, the Alchemist novels had the best world tree, but I'm not gonna get into that.
so done with that. This is such a bad recording.
This is the best recording ever.
This should not be put online.
This will be put on
No.
There's a nice picture of Chio on my desktop, and I'm just gonna take a second to look at that to...
We need a break. Cut this part out.
To calm down.
This is too perfect right now.
Okay, I'm gonna try and move on.
Move past
Now I
this.
really wish I don't know if I wish I watched this show again or not. I feel like that would ruin my impression of it. Anyways.
I don't think you should rewatch this. You don't rewatch things, and if you rewatch this, I feel like you'd hate it. And I don't think...
You don't want to take away something.
There.
I don't think it's good to
Everyone
take
starts a new semester at the academy in which the Battle of the Demon King altered the memories of those involved. So the people who forgot were the people who were involved.
Wait, so at the end of that last episode,
All of them lost their memory.
that's irrelevant,
oh, shit,
though.
No, that is right. Because
Yeah.
even he loses his memory.
No, he doesn't lose his
Are you
memory.
sure?
Because he's like, again? Like, this is happening again?
As correct as that is, it has absolutely no bearing because we never got a second season. So that affects all of, like, a minute of screen time.
Well, no, it affects why she reverts at the end is because she lost her memory.
No,
I wasn't talking about that, though. I was talking about before that when she's like,
yeah, it doesn't remove all the way back to episode 3. It removes, like, her going, oh, he's my husband now, or something. Or, like, I love him now. And I'm gonna, like, do anything to, like, I will betray everyone to protect him and all that shit.
Uh-huh.
They erase that because it's like, oh, then we can't flip her around and make her bitchy again.
We want her to keep being a tsundere.
But they actually did develop her in part 3, and then they go, okay, now she's Bella. Nope, fuck it all. We're flipping it back.
Screw it. She's gonna go back.
It's like Casca gets her memory back, and then, like, at the end of Berserk, her memories are reversed again.
Okay. Nisekoi?
Man,
Nisekoi?
I can't believe you missed that whole last episode.
Which, as some people like it, some people don't. But even our main tsundere character in that moves past. As much as she's still a tsundere, she moves past her block.
I love how we actually got Andrew to defend part of the
doesn't.
show. It's funny.
Somehow that happened.
I told you I don't hate it. I just don't understand.
Okay, I guess we'll move on to
That's my main issue. I just don't understand.
Okay, so you've kind of talked about what you really liked about Red Haired Girl. Do you want to explain, like, plot-wise, what she did that kind of made her cool? Like, what was the specific?
Dude,
Well,
it's
I
just her
liked
being.
her
It's her being. Like,
Before she was plot relevant.
dude, just tell him your
Because it was
birthday.
too-
Just tell him your birthday.
Yeah, that was one of the best scenes of the show. Is her just like sitting there
Just tell him
with
your birthday.
some onigiri
Dude, just tell him your
with
birthday.
little candles in it.
I'm sorry, but like I
Like
was just
blowing those
like,
out.
I was feeling like, dude, just tell him your birthday.
I mean, did she actually know though, or did she just like?
She was
decide
like,
on the
hey,
spot?
no, she was like, hey, I'm gonna tell you, like, hey, you're gonna celebrate my birthday with me, but I'm not gonna tell you when it is. And then he was like, okay. And she just kept going like, hey, remember my birthday's coming up. I'm not gonna tell you when it is. And then he pieces out to go do the whole thing with the blue-haired girl, and
It's
it's
not like
it's her birthday.
it's not
like,
her real birthday though.
No, it's her actual birthday.
No, it's not. She doesn't know her real birthday.
Yeah, no, she was celebrating her birthday then.
Her pseudo birthday. But
it's
I
like,
don't know. I feel like she decided on the spot. Like
No,
I feel like she decides a different day every year. She
No,
just
I think
decides
that's-
to have a birthday
I think
every
that's
year.
my problem. Where I literally was just like, just tell him your birthday. Just tell him. Like that was our problem with the red hair girl. Because I was liking her, and then I was just like, man, just tell him your birthday.
I think, no, that kind of had... I feel like that was the part where it was actually supposed to be, like, heartfelt. Like, she had issues going on. Like, right? Isn't that what that's supposed to be? Like, she
Yeah,
had...
I mean, I think the reason she didn't tell him her birthday is she wanted him to ask about her birthday. Like, that's not a uncommon thing for people to do. Like, if you have something you want someone to acknowledge,
It was symbolic.
you don't want to constantly be telling them to acknowledge this thing. You're like, hey, I want you to care enough that you're going to
To
ask
ask
me
about
about
it, yeah.
this. Yeah.
But she wasn't doing that.
I
She
feel
kept going like, hey, my birthday's coming up. And
She's trying to be playful, but she had, like, sort of a... I don't know.
she's
kinda
also...
hurt, I feel.
She's a very mentally young character.
I feel like that was the character they actually tried to put feels into.
Yeah.
I felt nothing.
As much as I didn't feel a lot with her, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed
I mean,
when
they
she.
tried.
I enjoyed. Yeah, they tried. I just enjoyed when she was on screen. Like, my favorite parts of the show were when she was around, and like, I always enjoy the drunk episodes in anime. They don't happen a lot, and when they do happen, I get pretty excited.
She was drinking rice.
And she was drinking her quote unquote rice juice. But I don't know. Maybe it was the fact that she was the drunk character of this anime, but I liked her before that. She was my favorite character before that. But that like solidified it for me. Like, she was the only one who got the drunk highlight, which not many characters get.
Moving on to a more lighthearted... Well, I don't know. Was she lighthearted? Would you say her character in general is lighthearted or no?
I mean, okay,
It's like,
she was
I feel
kind
like she
of
was
like
heavy but trying to be light. You know what I mean?
she's kind of like
I didn't like any of these
Index from Railgun or from
know.
Raildex. which is actually kind of weird.
The dragon was cool.
How did you like the dragon?
I thought he was pretty cool.
He was so bad.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't you just not give a shit?
He had like a shit name. And
Peter
I
Hausen.
could
Fucking Peter Hausen? Tell me that's hilarious.
He had a throne on his back.
It would have fit if we were watching Kakai Sensen, but in this show it just made no sense.
My name is
Peter
Leonardo Watch.
Watch. Yeah.
Chain.
Come on. Dude,
Plus.
they're like, oh, it's a
Be
dragon.
right
Do you really want to give him a generic dragon name?
I mean,
Yeah, I would've called
they
him
could have
Dragon.
called him like Peruthanax or something.
Yeah, Peter Hausen's. I thought that was hilarious. I
would have called him Tricky.
this is the thing. This is the thing I enjoy about the show.
tricky.
If you take the show seriously, you're not gonna like this show.
Yeah.
I didn't.
But I
though.
didn't take the show seriously.
Okay.
I didn't.
That's the thing. I
took
wanted
it
it
as
to
I
have
wanted to enjoy this show.
his name was like too in the middle for me. It wasn't quite ridiculous enough.
Peter.
Man, I'm
don't
so
know.
happy
That's
we.
fucking
I'm
hilarious.
so happy we finally did one that was so polarizing among us. It took a while.
It really did.
Literally, it took like what? This our fifth. All the other ones are like, yeah, this is really good.
You should watch this.
No.
I mean, I think we pretty much have a consensus on this that you shouldn't
No,
watch.
no, Connor's-
I don't want to stop talking about this. This is fun. See, I thought we should have watched this together. I would have had a blast just watching this and like fleeing shit.
Just
No,
like,
you would have
hey,
been watching me and Dawson curl up in balls and just be like, why?
Dawson didn't hate it as much as you did.
I didn't hate it as much as you do.
No, I just I keep saying this. I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it. I hate air. I didn't hate
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. The only thing I hated is Gios, and I didn't hate this. And it wasn't as bad as Absolute Duo, so it hasn't reached new levels. Of,
I thought Kusen and Kusen. I feel like I could watch that again.
I don't know. Honestly,
Because
when
at
I-
least Lekti was at least adorable.
Yeah.
And at least like there was
You
like
guys can go
a
first.
lot of
Yeah.
fun. There was a
so
lot of
so
fun.
we know my benchmark of a really, really bad show is Absolute Duo.
And mine is
And
Kusen.
Andrew's is
Kusen-
Kusen Madoshi Kusen. Just for reference, like that is my
And Connor's
bottom
Berserk.
of the line. Nothing should go
I will
below
off
this.
you, Andrew.
Yeah, if that comment's made again, Andrew's gonna die
No,
by the time this is
No, don't
online.
don't you get what I mean? Where it's like, if nothing ever reaches the heights of Berserk, then it's like, then it's not good.
It's true.
It's
Dude, One Punch is nowhere near Berserk, and I love it.
No, I know. I was making a joke of like we were choosing the bottom of the barrel and you're choosing the top of the barrel. It's that you had higher
Am
expectations.
I really? I'm not that hard to please.
I mean,
Yeah.
you just kind of always need something unique, which
Yeah.
is hard to do.
I know, but
I can't wait for the generic schlock that just starts flying in now.
Yeah, are we talking about Higurashi next week?
Yeah, well, let's talk about
for
Higurashi.
Spookfest.
Sorry, dude. Honestly, yeah, like something being different will save the show for me. So the fact that the show had like literally everything in it, I enjoyed because it's like, okay, I'm bored of this. Let's move on to the next thing. And
Well,
I will
Simpson
admit that
anymore.
the pace it brings it in is very poor. Because there are parts that are really drawn out, and then there's parts when they just throw a shit ton of stuff at you at once.
Chakra Khan is so cool.
Okay, but
we already talked about Negima.
when where's the jar? Put a penny in the jar. I swear to you. I will be a rich man by the end of this.
Okay. Where is it? Where is it? I have a whole jar of pennies.
Give me that. I want to make the sound.
Jiggle your pennies.
Oh my god, you're
your-
gonna have to edit that out. The mic's gonna explode.
Yeah, your pop filter caused
No,
the mic
dude,
to...
we're using this audio.
Yeah, that's true.
Give me a second.
Yeah, take about like 5 pennies from there, dude.
Connor is gathering loose change.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop one on the table every time.
Every
Okay.
time Andrew mentions Negima from now on,
Dude, open
Change
that
will drop.
jar. Open that jar. I'll keep going.
the base. will
Okay.
drop.
When I look back on this show, the thing that I actually enjoy is the green-haired character. She's
Oh
mentioned
yeah,
a lot by
Connor's favorite girl.
She is literally a character who will like cause these sort of and like I didn't
Harem
appreciate
tropes.
I
She
didn't appreciate
caused-
this as a kid, but she causes like all these ecky harem tropes.
No,
And then she just goes, "Now I'm just fucking with you."
Yeah,
Like, every time it's great.
she was enjoyable, but I just kept going that this is Connor. It's the same thing as with Dawson's like, oh, Chie, you like her better.
Chie? Yeah, like you really like Chie, and like She is cool and all, but she's not
I don't really have a problem with shared interest, especially when it's
the
not.
best thing in the world.
As I'm going over to touch my Chia poster,
Andrew's
my Chia
caressing his poster of Chia.
that's right above my bed.
There's still no like perfect girl in anime. Just saying, I don't have a waifu.
Mitsu.
What?
Richan.
Yeah.
Oh, Richan's the best.
Chio is pretty close. No,
Chio. I think Chio is just universally great.
Yeah.
Like you have to be pretty. You have to have something strange up your ass and not like Chio.
I mean, your argument could be I like Sayo better.
but that's the thing. Even if you like some, like, I doubt Chio is many people's favorite character. But she's just universally awesome. We're talking about Chio from Gekkan Shoujo Nozaki-kun. If you do not know,
if you're still watching,
if you're still listening to this and don't know which Chio we're talking about, because there's a lot of Chios.
I say watching because we're on YouTube as well.
I'm surprised if anyone ever gets this far. Like,
no, they won't. They'll just be skipping through and they'll hear like, God fucking.
Zoe does. Shout out to Zoe. Thank you.
Well, tell Zoe that he could watch the discussion section on this one.
He might just.
He might just listen to us.
He might just.
So if you want to hear us like yell at each other, but
Thanks,
try to stay quiet.
Thanks, Zoe.
This is our thank you shout out to you.
Honestly, after that shout out, I mean,
you don't want to keep talking about this great show. Let's talk about MC.
MC, okay.
He's way more of a man than Negi will ever be. Oh.
Well, Negi's a child. That's the point.
He will always be a child.
No, he's from a line of great harem masters.
No, that's Toda.
That's true. Toda's descendant.
No, I'm joking on that part, but I mean.
Oh man, I can't wait to talk about that towards the end.
One thing about MC, those strange lines under his eyes.
Did they bother you?
They really bothered me. They really bothered me.
I have to agree.
When they turned red, I was like, cool. I understand this signifies your demon mode, but to be there when you're not in demon mode, it just looked awkward. Like
I really wish there was.
It was the only interesting point.
Character looked different.
That's the thing. It was the only new part of a generic character design,
and you hated it.
And I was like,
honestly,
you could have done more. There are many things you could do to make a character design unique. There are many things, multiple things. You combine multiple together maybe to make something new and interesting. But the only unique part of this was the strange lines on his face.
Honestly,
and I was like, dude, just get rid of them.
If
he's gonna look generic, have him look generic.
Here's what I would want.
Keep that and then have these show up then.
Here's what I would have wanted. If they kept that. Make some lore, like something about how the Demon King always has that, and then have people kind of notice it, but like not really think about anything about it. Like
I think it's implied that it is something that's always.
But then, why did it take so long for why is he so surprised that he's the Demon King?
Because he could have just been a birthmark. Weird shit, dude. Look at the universe they're in. Do you really need to question everything about this universe?
Yeah, I do.
I don't know. It just bothered me. It bothered me bad. Like, watching through, I'm like,
I didn't think it was that bad.
Why are there ninjas?
When I was a little kid, those were like, I enjoyed stupid shit like that, but
yeah, I mean,
I've
I've always had a thing for goggles characters, so I guess I'll let it slide because of how much I like characters wearing goggles.
Honestly, let's say, Love Hina, Negima, I can't say, Death Note, Code Geass, best one I could
There's
ever.
At least two shit things. You
also, I like how they put all the interesting character designs in like the class reps group, and then they're like, we're just not gonna touch these characters.
That's true.
Everything else is just like, oh, this character has blue hair. This character has green hair. Oh, and a bunny tail.
Honestly, like the thing I could
retractable bunny tail.
Like a toy or something.
The things that I could recommend fully from when I was like 5 years ago would probably be like Bakuman, and then like I think I said no. I read The World God Only Knows a couple years after that. But, like, and Mohori Sensei Negma, I read that. But, like, watching-wise, I could recommend Bakuman, but I'm trying to think of an anime that I could recommend 5 years ago that I watched.
I mean...
Full Metal Alchemist, there. Boom.
The entire world recommends Full Metal Alchemist.
Exactly.
And I haven't seen Full Metal Alchemist for that exact reason.
I think I watched Rin like 5 years ago at some point. No, I watched that recently.
I mean, I'd seen Digimon at that point. I'll always recommend Digimon.
Dude, like back
Trigun
then, I'd
for
seen like
nostalgia.
Naruto, and that was about it for me. And like Pokemon, Digimon, and all that stuff. But
Yeah.
that was it. This was like one
Like
of the first
Hardly
animes
Counts.
I've watched.
And one of the first animes I ever watched was Love Hina.
I watched a little bit of that too. It was terrible.
I watched all of it and the movies.
Yeah.
And then I watched Negima.
I
And
just
then I
tried to
watched
find-
Negima Neo.
Dude,
and
I
then,
was just always trying to find an uncensored version of the hentai parody, which I'd watched, and it's terrible. It is a stupidly bad thing. Why did I do that? Oh yeah, the dating sim.
Read or Die is pretty good. I think I watched that back then. I can't. Noeen was really
Okay.
good. Noeen was really good.
I know absolutely nothing about Read or Die, but it sounds like it would be really bad.
It's about
Like,
a girl
I
who
hate-
runs around with money, and her power is that basically she could turn money like into blades.
I don't know what to say about that. I am at a loss for words
So
right
it's
now.
like C, but shittily done.
No, that's just like a really
With
highly
less
rated
CG.
thing. It's really highly rated and stuff.
How is that? That's not original at all. I don't know.
Noeen's pretty good. It has a lot of CG in it.
Nothing's wrong with CG if it's done well. Like, I really like Initial D, and the entire race scenes in that are CG.
No, what
And
I
it's
hate
really
about-
bad CG, but I still love it.
Dude, we went so off the rails. I love this.
Dude,
This
you
is
don't
the
need a
best.
tangent section in this
Dude,
one. That's the best
No.
one.
This is the. Remember what I told you? This is gonna be the best thing we're gonna record. Like, we needed to do it tonight.
Okay, at some point, remind me, I really need to show you guys the CG of Initial D's race scenes. And you're gonna think it's absolutely terrible, and I'm perfectly okay with that, because it is, but I love it.
And then I'll just watch Redline and Cleanse My Palate.
Yeah,
Cleanse My Palate.
to watch some,
Then I could watch some
high-quality
really.
racing
I'll watch some good K or
We
something.
really need to strap Andrew to the couch and make him watch Redline.
Yeah. I think
I'm gonna let that stretch as long as I can.
anybody who enjoys high-quality animations
Yeah,
needs
seriously, you're
to
talking about
watch-
your animation porn with whatever. What was the thing you're watching right now?
Okay.
Okay, dude, fucking Redline. Just watch it. It's insanely beautiful. I don't know. It's gorgeous.
Redline
animation.
just does what I think very few other shows do, in the fact that there's always something in motion within its frames, which initially is almost a little jarring because of just like how much is going on.
Yeah.
But overall, it's
like-
extremely unique in that matter.
You know when you're
like,
watching an episode of anime and you go, oh, right there, that's where they put all the budget into, is this scene. That's the
the
entire movie.
show is pure budget. Like those huge syringes of adrenaline. It's like you filled one of those with budget and shoved it right into the heart of this show. Just like that scene from Pulp Fiction. It's great.
Alright, enough shilling. Let's,
I hope I didn't spoil Pulp Fiction for anyone. That scene,
oh no, you
Oh, no.
spoiled this
this
old ass movie.
this
that everyone's
Tarantino
like-
film that's been around for a
Okay.
long ass
I'm
time.
gonna make this a whole section. Let's talk about spoilers here, guys.
Spoilers?
Yeah, what is.
I wish I watched the show again now.
No. Here's what I'm gonna ask. This is a general question that I was. This is a thing that I was gonna start doing from this point. If we didn't have like anything else, I was gonna add questions. And so, here's what I have to ask: spoilers. What is the statute of limitations on spoilers?
Oh,
Because
well.
the thing is, like, we watch a lot of anime,
Yeah.
right? And I would say, okay, something within a year, that's spoilers at least, at the very minimum. What is the statute of limitation where you could say anything is fair game? Anything I say is that's like you can't yell at me about that.
Oh, I can't yell at you about spoilers.
Yeah.
If the movie is so old, they're teaching it in schools.
Spoilers. The spoilers don't matter.
Yeah, and you're not currently in that class with other people.
I think anything that is, I don't think age factors into it as much. I think anything that's slightly past a certain age, like not that far back, but was really iconic, you can't expect to not find spoilers on.
Mhm.
Like, I think if you expect not to be spoiled on Evangelion, you are kidding yourself. Like, strange
It's like
enough,
asking not to be trolled on the internet.
yeah, like I've kept myself from being spoiled
I'm
on a
surprised.
lot of Evangelion,
I'm surprised.
but I'm surprised at how little I've actually seen.
People don't need to
But I don't expect not to be spoiled.
people
Like
need,
if I
really
get
need to
spoiled
bend
on
over
that,
backwards to make sure you're not spoiled on
Yeah,
something that's been out
okay.
there
exactly,
so
especially something that's has such
Persona
big
4.
Now, if you
implications.
spoil Undertale right now, you're an asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
No, here's a good example. Persona 4 is that statute of limitation is gone.
Yeah,
Because there are spoilers in the spin-off games.
Now, here's the thing. Here's a little
Yeah.
rule to that. If someone tells you, "Hey, I'm watching Evangelion right now," if
Yeah.
you spit out in their face a spoiler,
That's
fuck
wrong.
you.
That's wrong.
yeah, fuck you. It's
that's
just
wrong.
dumb.
But like, if you're having a conversation and you go and like, you know, for example, like in Evangelion, this happened, and they go, "Dude, spoilers." It's like, dude, that's like a 10-year-old series.
I see you're still bitter about your friend's roommate. They got mad at you for spoiling Persona a year ago.
It's not really bitterness. It's just
I
like
know.
I'm having this conversation about spoilers because you
Yeah.
know I'm a person who doesn't mind spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm a person
it's
who
definitely a
I've
hurting
actually gotten
point.
really good at keeping spoilers under wraps.
Yeah.
But like, you know, I'm just wondering, like, what do you guys believe is that statute of limitation of how long ago would you think is that's fair game?
I think any big or iconic game, like or game
Final
or
Fantasy,
movie or whatever, Final
Persona,
Fantasy, Persona,
Halo.
if you fucking
Modern
are
Warfare.
mad about being spoiled that the princess is in another castle in Mario, you just
Hey, that's
something seriously
Uh,
wrong with you.
Ghost dies in Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, exactly. Like all of these things.
Especially when the story's not that important or the spoiler's not that important.
Yeah.
I think that's also a huge thing to factor in. If the entire movie, okay, the game, I will not tell you what the spoiler is, but the entire movie circulates around that spoiler.
Yeah, okay.
If you spoiled that for someone, it would literally ruin the entire movie for you.
Yeah. That's why you wouldn't do that.
That's like, or like, I would also almost say Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah, I guess.
You
But-
know what I mean?
Or like,
there was a important spoiler in that.
Dude, when everything comes together at the end in Shaun of the Dead. Are you?
anyway, or like Lord of the Rings. If someone's
Yeah.
Or no, Shaun of the I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Hot Fuzz.
Hot Fuzz. I'm dumb. I'm an idiot.
I haven't watched Hot Fuzz.
Okay.
This makes a lot of
Hot
sense
Fuzz,
now.
not Shaun of the Dead.
I've seen Shaun of the Dead, and I
I was
couldn't
like-
think of a single thing
I couldn't
you were
either.
talking
I
about.
couldn't either.
Why'd you go along with me?
'Cause-
God damn it, Andrew.
Because you didn't want to spoil? I don't know.
God damn it.
It's being good about spoilers.
I'm an idiot.
Lord of the Rings.
Okay,
Lord of
it's
the
Hot
Rings.
Fuzz. Totally. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's weird trying to think about animes
Wait, Lord of the Rings.
that spoiler
You can
limita-
spoil Lord of the Rings.
that spoiler
at this point.
limitation.
Oh, I was like, there's no big thing in Lord of the
I
Rings.
know,
Yeah.
but you could spoil Lord of the
Yeah.
Rings. Hey, they dropped the ring in the volcano.
I'm so dumb.
Yeah. I'm having trouble thinking of an anime that I think is okay to spoil that isn't made by Gainax at this point.
Hey,
It's
Gurren
kinda-
Lagann did
You
get
know
a
what
big
anime is
intro.
Yeah.
totally okay to spoil? This one.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if an
He
anime...
kills God.
Okay,
and
also,
people.
if
He's the
something's
demon.
bad enough, you shouldn't feel bad about spoiling it either.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm in.
I don't know if this applies to this or not. I'm not implying that. But, like, if Andrew told me the plot of Kusen Midoshi Kusen, I would not give a single shit.
But
I don't think
what's
anyone
School
will.
Days. What if you spoiled School Days for someone?
I've...
That's like a so
But
bad it's
everyone-
good spoiler.
Everyone spoiled School Days.
I
If you,
know.
okay, yeah.
School Days,
If
I
you
would say, is the
haven't
same as
been...
Eva.
If you haven't been spoiled on School Days, please just watch School Days so somebody can experience that
Spoil it for you.
without spoilers, because I feel like
I can't-
nobody
I
does
can't-
that
Really quick.
anymore.
Quick thing on that. School Days is a bad anime. The main character is an asshole, and there's a shit ton of sex.
People could
But
yeah.
could
the
argue.
ending
People could
is
argue that he's a realistic
fucking
MC.
insane. The ending, like,
There are people who really like School Days. They are out there. If you are one of them, good job.
I'm sorry because whenever I think of School Days, I equivalent that to White Album 2, and whenever I think of White Album 2, I just think of everyone going, "They're realistic, guys."
stop. Shinji's so realistic.
Okay, I need to watch Eva so I
Fat,
can
Sorry.
I can
Realism.
Oh,
so I can have an opinion about this because I feel like I need one.
I need you to watch White Album 2, and I'm gonna keep putting that in the roulette wheel until we finally get that.
We will get around to it at some point. How long is it?
13.
It's really only 13?
Yeah, it's only 13.
That's probably gonna happen pretty soon then.
So we could finally do the discussion, and I can
Yeah.
call up our third party involved with this.
Yeah, we can have a guest.
Our first guest.
Oh my god.
So, are we done with Demon King?
No, I'm trying to actually talk about Demon King. This is supposed to be about the show.
I don't want to talk about
God damn it. You were holding your breath the entire time.
Because I
want to talk about so much about.
Because I let it all out within the first 10 minutes.
No, here's what you let out. Watch Negima.
Yeah.
That is it.
Hey, Dawson, read Negima. Isn't that such a better use of your time?
Oh, I'm sorry. Don't watch Negima. The dub is terrible.
Yeah, never watched Negima. You can read it though. That's fine.
No, honestly, I would say watch the worst of Negima because at least it's interesting.
Yeah, watch Negima and then just skip to that part of the manga.
Was it Neo? Negima Neo?
Yeah, Neo's pretty bad.
I know, but watch Neo. It's interesting. I watched it with you. I was like, this is fucking weird. What are they doing?
No. What I would say is, if you want to, just yeah. Watch.
Well, that was purposely wrong.
Yeah, I know.
Watch Negima until the end, and then just stop it, and then start reading it a certain chapter, and then you're good. Because it covers everything. Everything.
But I've seen it all now. I saw it in that 12 episodes. I don't need to see it again.
Which one?
Everything.
It's impossible for me not to recommend Index in this situation.
Give me a second.
You need another stack of coins for this one?
quarters for this one.
Yeah.
I'll drop it quieter so it doesn't spike the mic anymore.
But, I mean, I'm not gonna... I think Index and Negima are very applicable to this, though, because
I feel
as Connor drops coins here,
I feel
they're not for everyone.
But I'd rather people watch that and not like that than waste their time watching this.
That's the thing, though.
We already talked about this.
I would rather have someone watch this and not like this than have someone watch Index and not like Index.
Really, I'd rather them watch it because at least they had a better use of their time.
I don't know. I think there's a specific type of person
this
that's going to like
watch when
Negima,
you're stoned, okay?
and a specific type of person.
How hard is this to understand?
I mean,
you go brain dead and you go, I just want to enjoy myself and watch weird shit happen.
But
and
I've seen
sit
so
down
much
and watch
better.
Redline, and then when you're done, you might watch the show.
Yeah, if you can't think of anything else to watch, you might pick up this one.
Oh my god, this is...
yeah. If you're stoned, watch Redline.
No, watch the thing where the guy's hand turns into an anime girl. It's great.
Oh, yeah.
Watch Beelzebub.
If you're stoned, watch Umaru-chan.
No.
And if you're really
Space Dandy.
Really drunk, watch Kill la Kill.
No, Space Dandy's if you're on acid, dude.
That's true.
Dude, Space Dandy is for any and every drug out there.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Let's talk about Samurai Flamenco here.
So good, dude. I love Samurai.
No, I mean...
Did you mean to say Demon King, Connor?
No.
No?
I meant the side character guy.
Oh, you meant Samurai Flamenco. I totally know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Samurai Flamenco did this better.
But this was before Samurai Flamenco. Yeah, it definitely was.
Oh my god.
Honestly,
I love how
that character.
He starts off as Igor, and then he's like, no, I'm gonna be a superhero now and fight you.
Honestly, I like that. If there was something I enjoyed, it was not liking blue-haired girl was pretty enjoyable.
You admit it.
You admit she was shit.
No, she is. But out of process of elimination in my head, she's technically best girl of the show.
Just because green hair girl was already taken.
No, it's like that. The tell him your birthday, red hair girl, purple hair girl, whatever, and
see, she was supposed to.
But what about Luffy? What's wrong with Luffy? Why is she not better?
Maybe if they gave her an episode, she'd be interesting.
Dude, she doesn't need an episode to be more interesting than Blue Haired Girl. There's just so many things wrong.
Seriously, they could have taken out the sea cucumber episode and just had an episode about the class, the principal or whatever.
But if there was no sea cucumber episode, what would have happened to our friend Samurai Flamenco? He never would have showed up.
We wouldn't have gotten those really weird shots of the dude just licking the naked girls.
The all
important. Can we just in detail? Since we're here, can we just in detail describe the sea cucumber moment? Oh my fucking god! Why?
Honestly, I think the most important sea cucumber moment was not the giant sea cucumber. but was red hair
No,
girl
that's what I'm
jerking
talking
off
about.
the Sikyo
That's
girl.
what I'm talking about. That is like a moment. You know the To Love Ru thing and the Girls
That's
Rabo
cool.
thing? That should be with those. They are fucking jerking off a dick and it fucking explodes into white shit.
And then MC's like having this supposedly serious conversation with blue-haired girl while he's picking like pseudo cum off her face. It's another reason not to like blue-haired girl. He can't have a serious conversation with her without her having cum on her face.
Also, the villain is shoehorned in. Like,
I'm a time traveler.
was it Red X or something like that? Or is
Oh,
that the
Mr.
Teen
X?
Oh, yeah, we're still talking about the episode that
Oh.
shouldn't have been an episode.
You mean the 2 episodes?
Yeah.
It was 2 episodes?
I think it was a whole arc.
It was a mini arc, yeah.
Oh, God.
That was from episode 6 to episode 7.
For some reason, that was only one episode in my head. It was like
Maybe
they fucked up for one
Maybe it
episode.
was. And that just episode felt like 2.
It felt like 2? I don't know.
Wait,
No,
wait,
it was
was
definitely
bad.
2.
It was the stuff you would see in the OVA.
I was like,
Is
dude,
that
it's a
right?
coding
Yeah,
of-
okay, it did feel like an OVA, to be honest. It just didn't make sense. The art style didn't make sense. The fact that
It's a coding no Ken.
this girl decides to jerk off
It's
a
Kenshiro.
sea cucumber makes no sense.
Yeah,
The fact that the sea cucumber becomes a giant cucumber that comes on a city doesn't make sense. It's just
dude, this is
no reason
this is
should have been in
episode
there.
6 and 7.
This was so bad. Like, okay, I can
Oh,
see.
The only 2 points of plot relevance were to change side character into Samurai Flamenco,
Which they could have done
which they could
differently.
have done differently,
They didn't have the
and then
division.
to introduce the group that our future villain was going to be from,
Which
they also easily could have done differently.
Dear God.
Especially not with like a rapey dude who was supposed to be a flasher but wasn't even a flasher.
They could have just had the class rep in their little group go on a mission. They had something like that before, right? And it could have been just like the hijinks of their group. They would have built up their character. I don't know.
There was, if you're gonna rate this above a 5, it needed to be missing those 2 episodes.
Okay,
Like you
can we
can.
talk about what it
it's
did
missing
good?
those 2. Yeah, it's
I
true.
enjoyed the dragon arc where they get the dragon. I don't know. Didn't they have to go through like a dungeon or some weird shit like that? What was
Well,
it?
they did the weird little turnaround there where they're like, class rep comes to like pretend it's a trick, but it's not a trick, but we always knew it wasn't a trick because it was just class rep pretending it was a trick.
Which was that? I forgot that.
If
part.
that made any sense. It's like they find the map, and then there's that whole hubbub about
There's like
everybody's trying to follow the map after
Yeah, you're like-
Best Girl has posted it all over the place.
Mhm.
Best Girl for this show, mind you.
Red hair, yeah.
Red-haired girl.
No, that's your favorite girl of all time, Dawson.
Please no. I already have a favorite girl, and she's irreplaceable.
Yeah, Michan's really irreplaceable.
Let's not go further into this. After she places the maps everywhere and everyone gets fucked up trying to find the treasure, MC goes to find the treasure, and
Oh, it's real.
yeah, that's the thing. They like pretend. I mean, all the traps were sort of set up by the student council, but they like pretend that that's all it was when the entire time, even though it's like a big reveal of these traps have been set up by the student council, you still know the whole time it's more than that.
Mhm.
And then Dragon shows up.
And
Peter
Dawson
has-
just likes the dragon because apparently he has a bad name.
Dawson, you had so much pain on your face trying to describe that entirety.
I feel like there was an arc I liked in this. I'm just
I
trying
feel
to
like
think
I
of
could
it.
have liked.
It's somewhere there.
There's something
Okay.
dirty in this.
I didn't
I don't
like the plot of this entire show.
I didn't like the
really
plot.
like the plot of
I
it.
didn't like 90% of the
But
characters.
I liked the green-haired character, and I liked the red-haired character, and I'm highly tolerable of generic MCs.
Mm.
Like, a generic MC will never ruin a show for me,
I like the best
because
friend.
there's a lot of shows that would be ruined for me if that was the case, and I don't want to do that to myself, because I feel like that's just cruel. And I don't, it's just mean to me. So, mainly I liked green-haired girl and I liked red-haired girl,
Mm.
and
I can't.
they carried the show for me, and I liked red-haired girl's reaction, or both of them. I liked their interactions with MC too.
I
Those
could
were
have
fun.
watched something so much better.
I mean,
I'm gonna rehash this. The plot was just.
Thank you. That's all you had to say. Why did you decide to like randomly shit on the animation? It wasn't that bad.
Yeah, the animation
The plot
doesn't
was.
really.
The plot was poorly timed, and it got worse as it went.
No, because the plot divulges down to I feel like I could have appreciated this, but there's so many other things that did it better. That's why I couldn't say anything about the plot.
so
'Cause I didn't wanna
enjoyed
say-
it originally.
Okay, the characters,
I
animation.
did not mind the animation, or well, most of the characters.
Yeah,
But all in all, I that the ending credits, it's just pain.
Pain.
Oh,
It wasn't that painful.
the opening.
But,
The
I watched
opening
it
and the soundtrack, we briefly touched on this, but we should mention the fact that the opening is the soundtrack. Literally, like, every time there's a hype scene, like, I really like when shows use the opening
Mm.
during a hype scene, but this show uses
Made you
the
not like
opening
it.
in every hype scene. And if they're not using the opening in a hype scene, they're using an instrumental version of the opening within a hype scene.
I officially think what would have made this show 10 times better for me. If every time a hype scene happened, it was just "Don't Lose Your Way,"
Don't lose your
because "Don't Lose Your Way" fixes everything.
It really does.
Like, just tell me that you wouldn't have
It
enjoyed
is
this.
it is in the top 5. Honestly, Don't Lose Your Way is within the top 5 battle songs of any anime. And if they would have used any of those top 5 songs during a battle sequence, I would have been pretty happy.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not really fair because they didn't have a budget to have a good song.
But yeah, now you understand. And I know you're going, oh, why did you like this all the time? But I kind of explained this before. This was the first show, like, I've seen that did all this stuff. And this was, like, before I knew any of this was, like, overdone. I'm not sure if it even was overdone back then.
Probably was.
Yeah.
Might have been.
Who knows?
Honestly, I think I read. I'm looking this up. Keep talking. Keep talking.
But, like, this was, like, it was just enjoyable because they were throwing a bunch of shit out, and it was like, oh, look at shit's fighting, and it's cool and stuff. But this is the kind of stuff I do despise now. Like, this thing had some redeeming points, and it had some funny moments. But as a kid, those weren't even the points I liked. Or when I was 15, that wasn't even the stuff I liked. I was like, oh, cool, it's Demon King. We get, like, a character who's, like, an anti-hero, sort of, right? He's a character that's, like, meant to kind of be dark at points. And this was before, like, I knew about all the edgy shit, right? I hated Sasuke as a kid because Sasuke was an emo dick.
I think I really hate anti-heroes.
What?
Like, would you consider...
I could totally be on that boat, maybe.
Would you consider, like...
Because they overdo it. I would...
the 2 leads of Death Note,
They're anti-heroes.
they're both anti-heroes, right?
I would say L's not really an anti-hero.
He's anti-hero.
What has L done that's fucked up?
Mm.
L's just trying to catch a bad guy.
I mean, okay, I didn't see much of L. I mostly just saw Light.
No, Light's an anti-hero, but he's a little bitch.
So...
I don't mind anti-heroes if they're not little.
7.29 on my anime list,
Yeah.
really?
This one?
Yeah.
I mean...
People like fun. Sorry.
And
I
feel
said
like
earlier,
this
I
character,
like fun.
He was
is there a single anime on my anime list that doesn't have an inflated score?
okay. This is a
And
character.
that's not a challenge. Don't take that as a
Yeah,
challenge.
yeah.
That's a fact.
This
I'm
is a character
stating.
where I thought, okay, this guy, he's not an asshole, right?
Yeah.
But there's a point where it's like, don't fuck with him. Like
Yeah.
episode, what was it, 2 or 3? When, like, the other stupid-ass misunderstanding with the blue-haired girl. He pulls
the
an
one where
Ender's game, and he fucks the crap out of the
he
guy.
beats the shit out of those guys.
Because they're like, don't ever deal with me again, or I don't want to.
Danganronpa the animation 7.47.
Wow, that's...
I told you, there's not a score on my anime list that isn't inflated.
Unless it's a really bad one.
No,
And everyone
even
is.
the ones that are really bad, half the people jokingly rate it 10.
Oh.
So it ends up inflated anyway.
See, because people just enjoy shows. Like, and I
I
understand.
enjoy shows.
No,
And this is a bad one. Okay, I don't think this was bad, and you guys said the same thing here, but I don't think.
I found one below 5.
Which? Yeah, see, but that is undoubtedly terrible.
I'm not even gonna mention.
You're not gonna mention No Droppu?
Nope. You keep going. You keep talking.
It's okay. Look up an anime that's 5 minutes long and it's the weirdest shit ever. You'll probably find it. It's like Angel Drop or some shit. Anyways, what was I on? I feel sad that you didn't like enjoy it even a little bit, but I mean, I guess I can understand. I didn't want you to say it was like good or anything like that.
I enjoyed it a little bit. I
No, I don't.
definitely did. I don't think Andrew did.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying. I'm sad that it caused you pain. I apologize.
It didn't cause me pain. It caused me confusion, dude. I literally was sitting there going, why?
I thought you would at least enjoy the first few episodes with the green hair girl antics. Because that is the only part I still actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Okay, that's the thing about green-haired girl. As enjoyable as she is, she was really only enjoyable for 3 episodes.
But that's because they kill her character after those 3 episodes. I don't know.
Yeah,
they stop using her correctly. They're like...
They could have...
Honestly, here's what I
done
thought.
a lot with her, and they didn't.
When I actually watched the show, I'll be honest, I couldn't remember if you said the first 5 episodes are good or the episodes after the first 5 episodes are good. I originally thought you meant that everything after the first 5 episodes
I know,
got
that's
good.
why you were complaining to me.
So I kept going. I think this will get better. I think this will get better.
And it definitely
I'm sorry that you heard me wrong. That was
most definitely.
Can we just end this conversation now?
Why?
It's
1 hour 30 minutes. Yeah.
I want it to be over. We have so much other things we could talk about.
Yeah, go ahead. What else do you want to talk about?
There's a lot.
This was just a funny little tangent of us just like feeling really pained because it's 2 a.m. or 2:45. Dude, I'm using this to mask the pain of of programming that we have to do right now.
I'm going to bed.
I'm
after
escaping
this.
reality, is what I'm doing.
Probably going to go to bed after this.
Okay.
And wake up and do all the work because this right here has destroyed anything that I could do tonight. I think I need to rewatch that scene from K like 10 times to even like feel better. Maybe even like listen to my favorite
I
soundtrack.
really disagree with you on the animation, but whatever.
Okay. Anyway, going off on now tangenting because we're done. We've scored this. We've talked about
this was fun.
As we are finishing this show, don't watch it. It's not terrible, though, is the final verdict here.
Just don't watch it.
Don't watch it, but if for some reason you do...
If you're 13 and the only show you've ever watched is Naruto, give it a shot.
If you're 13 and can't find porn on the internet.
No,
watch Valkyrie Drive.
No, watch High School DxD.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot more there. There's a lot better.
There's way better.
Okay.
This was a show that came out. I wouldn't recommend watching it. There's no need to watch this.
It is undeniable that it came out. That was a fact.
Watch the few scenes that the green haired girl is in, and then just stop.
So, now tangenting. Let's talk about what else we've watched besides this or read.
Oh, are we doing our
One Punch Man's looking.
What have you done this week?
And then we're gonna talk about the fall, and then we're gonna talk about some manga.
Indeed. So Andrew, what have you read/watched this week?
So after what?
No, I was just gonna say, give us a few minutes to kind of take a breath here, so we're actually revitalized.
No, I'm fine now. I'm fine now.
Ready to go.
No, okay.
God, so, this is like Excalibur for you.
You
really need to watch Soul Eater just so you can get the fucking references.
I saw all the Excalibur episodes.
Oh, you did?
Thomas.
Good. I feel like the show is like Excalibur for you. Whatever you think about it, your face just goes.
Yeah. That's my face whenever people mention yes.
So after watching this, I spent a couple days to myself thinking, and then I was like, I need to watch something better, and so I decided, let's check out this anime. It was part of my sleepless night. I wasn't able to sleep. I was just like, I can't sleep right now because I have too much caffeine. Mm-hmm. So I turned on Netflix and I went, I need something to pass out. I clicked on K and I said, there's a second season airing right now. I'll check this out. It'll be fine. Watched that first episode. Didn't even watch the first episode because I was falling asleep and I went, this is beautiful. This is so good. Mm-hmm. And then next day, just blasted through all of K. K is amazing. K is great. It has amazing animation. The soundtrack is fantastic, and I highly suggest K. K was the perfect thing I needed after Demon King Daimao because, it's likable characters, good animation, good soundtrack, good openings and
From what I've
endings.
seen, it's literally just fight scenes, but
No, dude, this show is a lot of. You take the style.
well, I guess that's all you showed me.
Yeah,
Fight scenes.
you take the style and the music from like Air Gear,
Mhm.
and then you mash it in with the storytelling and the amount of characters of Durarara, and you just mash it together, and then you infuse the amount of BL of like free,
Boy love.
and you just inject it with all that.
Wait,
and
do you think that's a selling point for me?
Plus a giant budget.
And yeah, oh man,
A really big budget.
there's so much budget, and the fights.
I'll talk about Berserk gayness all the time, but that's usually as a joke.
And then you take some of the coolest fight choreography. You got a dude who fights on a skateboard, and that should sound stupid. And then you give him fire powers, and that should even sound even more stupid. And then you give him a bow staff, and now it's awesome.
That sounds like something you would love. That doesn't sound stupid to you, honestly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You got
you would love that idea from the start. Let's be honest here.
It's because it's so like it's really gimmicky, and I like that. Like, because as Dawson saw, it's like, dude, Air Gear. Like, I liked Air Gear.
I feel like that's what's driving me to like that so much. But I do agree. Like, yeah, the animation looked really good from what you showed me on it. And, and the fight scenes were interesting. I don't think the choreography is like on par to what was the Bebop movie, but I mean this is a TV show, not a movie, so I can't really compare that.
Yeah, it's hard to compare movies.
And let me just say, K has been an adventure. Because apparently, K has like 3 animations and like 15 mangas.
Mm-hmm.
And the way you read it is you go, he goes, let's watch K. Cool, you watch K? Well, there's a manga adaptation of it that adds even more details of all the events that happen in the anime. So, you could read that and get extra details. And then you go, wait, a lot of these characters weren't really developed. That's because each character has their own individual manga series where they had backstory before the anime started. And each one tells their story. And you go, cool. And then you go, K Missing King. And you go, that's an awesome budgety movie. That's so cool. And then there's a manga series in between that bridges the gap between the movie and the anime, the second season, and then you start that second season, and it's ramping. And
if you want a lot of fight scenes and like
not
a lot
even
of prettiness,
there's not a lot of fight scenes.
It looked like there was a shit ton.
Dude, I just showed you the fight scenes. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of talking. There's a lot of conversation, and them like, oh, we should go fight the Red Clan. No, we shouldn't fight the Red Clan. Let's go fight the Blue Clan. No, we can't fight the Blue Clan. Who are you? Wait, who? Are you the Colorless King? What? Wait, we need to go revenge this guy who got killed by the Colorless King.
That talk we were having about spoilers or anything?
Dude, the reason why I said all of that is all ambiguous stuff of just like, all the stuff.
So literally Durarara.
Yeah. You wanna,
like that just sounded like the plot of Durarara.
You want to see a pretty Durarara?
Just switch
then just
Colorless King with the dollars and good to go.
But I'll talk more about K in our fall section. Dawson, what did you read?
I had a paper due this week. And what that means is I'm going to find a genre, and I'm going to fully explore that genre much deeper than I should. So, this week, it was romance mangas. I've read seinen romance mangas, shonen romance mangas, shoujo romance mangas.
Let's do this really quick, because I know you read this.
Okay.
Boku wa Mina Kawaiso.
Yeah. Kawaii Complex was the second thing I read this week after finishing Shokugeki no Soma. Andrew really wanted me to read it.
That's why you kept talking about it. Okay, sorry.
Shokugeki or
Kawaii Complex?
Yeah.
I was like, why is there so much to talk about?
Because we're going to talk about it real quick. Yeah. We'll do a quick 5-10 minutes real quick of this.
So,
this is a series, for me, I'll just say this real quick. This is a series that I was scrolling through. I needed a new manga to read, and I thought this was Fuka. And I accidentally clicked it, and it was Kawaii Complex, and I'm so happy it was Kawaii Complex.
I thought you were saying Faku for a second.
And it's one of my favorite. Like, it's one of my favorite series in romance, and Ritsu is best girl.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed Kawaii Complex. It's got some really enjoyable characters. It's got an interesting setting. I like the dynamic.
Summarize it real quick.
Basically, it's our main character moves in to basically it's not a apartment complex. It's kind of like a house a very large house that a bunch of people are living in, and we have
the old lady,
the landlady, who's an old lady.
You
her
have
niece.
Yes.
Her niece, who is our
best
love
girl.
interest, Andrew's best girl. And then we have 2 other girls who are living there, and then MC's pseudo roommate,
who's
who
a masochist.
also happens to be a masochist. Yes, and pretty much all your characters here are very enjoyable. They're decently well developed. They all have their own unique personalities, and other ones show up. I think it's the highlight of it is
it's characters.
Good character dynamics.
Yeah, it's like
they all work well with each other. They have their own specific relationships within that.
They have
group.
all their ongoing jokes that continue, like the jokes about the masochist being a masochist. You have the jokes about the 20-year-old like wearing a lot of makeup. You have the jokes where the older lady, she just keeps she just wants to get married, and all of her friends are getting married except for her.
Yeah, it's basically all these characters have their own little gimmick, and they use that gimmick to play off of each other in various different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Like they all have a specific dynamic that they have with every other character within that living space. So it's kind of cool to see how they all interact differently. And when they're in groups versus when they're not in groups.
When they're
so it's like an in-depth look on like relations between people.
Yeah,
sort of. Yeah, and under the main storyline of a romance.
And even though the main characters are high school, it feels a lot more of a mature show with the adult characters being there.
I mean, I don't think it's more mature than certain high school ones are. It's just the level of writing.
Yeah.
Not the setting as much, because as much as the high school setting is supposedly overdone, and I'd say it probably is. I think it still can be.
I like the setting of
a
the
great place.
The
I think the settings that it has definitely fits well with it. Its main 3 settings are the school, the complex, and then one other place that I'm not going to mention because I'm just going to call it the cafe. Because any one thing more would be spoilers.
And how about the romance?
The romance, I think it's good. Out of all the romances I read this week, it was not the best, but it was up there. It was definitely good.
I love it because it's just the amount of the main character just love at first sight. Like it's not really love at first sight. He has an appreciation and wants to get to know her, but it's basically love at first sight. He sees a girl
and he's like, "You're really interesting." And from that point on, he's like, you know what?
I want to get to know
Since you're
her.
so interesting, I want to get to know you. And it's pretty much from the beginning that definitely holds.
Love at first sight doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's not
love
at first sight. It's interest that definitely holds a romantic tinge to it, and that slightly grows as it goes on.
Yeah, and you kind of see it's a gradual sort of as you see the love develop between the 2 mains.
Yeah, exactly. It's meant to be a.
And then it's also a story where you start as a Kundere. You have the main character start as a Kundere, and then go into a Tsundere.
A Tsundere, yeah. She's moving her way along slowly but surely.
Which I'm really mad that we still haven't gotten a new chapter. Thank you,
moving her way along the Deres. Yeah.
Hey, this
is still publishing in a monthly, which monthlies are painful to me.
And especially when the translators aren't translating it.
Yeah. Honestly.
They're going to the beach next. Okay.
And then we get a beach episode finally.
Oh my god! If they do a confession at the beach, I'll be so happy.
But yes, I finished Shokugeki, and then I read Kawaii Complex.
And, wait, let's end this.
Before we move on,
can you recommend this?
I would recommend.
I would recommend this for Conan.
Really?
Yeah, I think I
I don't know if I can see
I
Connor.
think watching
enjoying
Demon
this.
King skewed your taste, you knowing what I like.
No, but it's a little bit unique. I feel like there's a lot of uniqueness to it with the characters.
I can't see Connor reading it.
I'll have to wait.
I don't think.
I watched Working recently enough that I'll have to wait.
Yeah,
I don't know if Connor. I haven't watched the anime.
Yeah,
I don't know if Connor would like the anime, but I don't think Connor would ever read.
that's why I'd say
romance.
the anime goes basically up to the point where she gets forced out to go to the group date,
The mixer.
and then it ends with the cell phone scene in the chapter right after.
Spoilers are happening. It's too late. Just go with it.
No, it's not. I'm being very vague about it.
That's not vague at all. That is not vague at all. This is like exactly what happened. But yeah, I would recommend it. Connor, don't read it. Maybe watch it. I don't know.
If you read it, if you watch it and you enjoyed it, then there's more in the
Then
manga.
maybe you could
There's
read
30
it.
chapters in the manga.
So I have a question. Did this ruin my recommendations for you guys from now on? Just
Nope.
wondering. Okay.
It changed absolutely nothing
Good.
because I understand this is nostalgia based, not actual taste based.
So people.
Plus, it
still choose my things in
reinforces
the hat.
it reinforces the Connor likes things that are unique based on what he's seen so far.
Yeah.
Notion.
So keep going with the manga.
But yes,
Oh, are you?
I
Keep going. I didn't know you were.
finished
still going on
Kawaii Complex. I
Caught up.
I caught up with Kawaii Complex.
that. Not done yet.
I finished, I believe it's a shoujo called Hibi Chow Chow, which was a interesting romance. I moved from that to Horimiya, I believe, which
Which is the really depressing one.
no, it's not the really depressing.
No, which one was it?
The one I read next, which I don't know the actual name of, so I apologize. This one,
It's alright. We've been referring to characters as their color.
Yeah,
for
as by their
half
hair
of
color.
This entire thing.
so you're just gonna have to live with it. But I read Hibi Chow Chow is okay. I wouldn't recommend it, but it was a decent romance to help me along. Horimiya is now my number one favorite romance.
Okay, so
for sure.
So you read Kawaii Complex.
So I read Kawaii Complex. I was like, this is pretty damn good. And I read Hibi Chow Chow, and I was like, this was very teenage angsty, which I kind of
And then you read
enjoyed.
Is Horimiya done?
No, it's not. It's
Okay.
still publishing. It's also monthly. It's actually working under the same premise that One Punch Man is, where it's originally a web comic
Uh-huh.
that's being redrawn by a professional artist
Mhm.
to look better. So it's definitely it's slightly more episodic than
Kawaii Complex.
Kawaii Complex. The drama that happens in that doesn't last as long
Mhm.
as the stuff that does in Kawaii Complex. It usually gets resolved within the chapter or within a couple chapters. But it's really sweet. It has amazing character development over a relatively short number of chapters at this point. It's just somebody saw, same as One Punch Man, somebody saw the
Webcomic.
potential within what was already written, and all it needed was
Was a good
really
artist.
nice visuals, which is exactly what was added, and it made it amazing. And then I watched I read a rather depressing series after that.
Jesus Christ, Dawson.
This okay.
I mean, procrastinate more, man.
I am a master
Dude, I watched all
procrastinator.
of K within a day to procrastinate on the program.
How do you guys do this?
It's
Well, I mean, I've been working on the program, and I got less far than you did today. So I mean,
I know, I got about the same spot where you are in about less time.
but that's kind of from some of my work.
I know.
I really like doing things I'm not supposed to be doing, and I get most interested in things when I have something else I am very much not interested in. Is the way things work for me. But it was I read a 8-chapter manga series that is apparently one of the highest rated mangas
Is it realistic?
out there. It's pretty realistic. It's about a girl that goes to meet a convict on death row, and from there things continue.
Things get spicy.
things, and they don't get spicy. They get sad, and they stay sad. They stay sad.
I'm never gonna touch this, so keep going.
But yeah, it's just a really quick 8 chapters. It was honestly really well done.
But you needed to read something else. So what else did you read?
After that, I think
God.
I don't know. I'm possibly missing another manga in here that I've read, but I believe that's everything I read. And now I'm halfway through a shonen romance about a dude who gets stuck in a mirror. I don't remember the name of it, but it's pretty interesting. I'll update you when I finish that.
You got like all the manga cred.
Dude.
I decided, as I wish to procrastinate, I decided I was gonna pick a format that I wasn't super familiar with.
So bad at reading, it's weird.
See, I'm also like that. Like, I caught up with so much stuff over the summer. I was like, I have work to do. I'm going to go read all of Jitsuwa 3 times.
Yeah. Oh, also, I've been keeping up with a Korean... I forget the name for Korean mangas. It's not manga. It starts with an M. It's like M-A-H something. It has
Mahanga.
Yeah. Mahanga. No. It's like Mahawa or something like that. That's totally wrong. Ignore my terrible pronunciation. But a web series of a Korean web series called Lookism, which is actually really interesting. It's getting translations like every couple of days. They like put out 2 to 3 translations of this series, and sometimes it even has like audio clips pushed in with the stuff. It's really interesting. I'm really enjoying it. It's about a guy who is bullied and then switches schools, and then something vaguely supernatural happens, and from that point on, he lives his life quite differently, and it's kind of about perspective and body appearance and stuff.
There's another manga that I heard about where it was like a dude likes a girl, but of like his appearance, like like she rejects him, so he moves schools, becomes super hot, and then meets the girl again.
Is this the one that you've talked about, Connor?
The revenge one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is the one I was talking about for a while, and I want you to read that just to know.
Did it end?
No, it's still going, but it's ruining itself because you know exactly where it's going.
He's gonna forgive her, and they're gonna get together.
It's gonna be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, that's what's happening here.
Yeah, he's gonna fall for her on the way. Okay, anyway.
I really like that moment in Kawaii Complex where they just talk.
Yeah, they finally get to talking.
There are people calling for the girl's blood. They're like, no, fuck her. You're losing point of the purpose. This is like that's what made it original from the beginning. Like this is revenge. He's trying to get. Anyways.
Honestly, you should try
I'm going to
reading...
send you the link. I want you to read it just because you're somehow a god at reading here.
Dude,
I can read anything.
You do understand, I read all Yamada, like 170 chapters at the time, in like a night.
I did the same thing. I watched the first episode of Yamada when it came out, Yamada-kun, the Seven Witches, when it came out from the first season. I was like, this looks really interesting. I might read the manga. I started reading the manga, and I finished reading the manga, and I stayed up all night.
Did you do the same thing with Berserk, though? Like you're like...
I did. Berserk took me 2 to 3 nights.
But that's
because it was so heavy.
Yeah.
I had to take a break in between. Yamada, I went straight through. Shokugeki, as soon as I caught up to where I was, I went straight through. UQ Holder, as soon as it got interesting, I went straight through.
Yeah, dude.
Basically, as soon as something really catches my interest, I'm gonna lose sleep over it. Like, that's
Honestly,
how I gauge how good something is, if I need to lose sleep over it.
I don't think you'll lose sleep over this one.
No.
I busted through UQ Holder in a day. Like,
yeah.
That was a day of me just like, I have work to do. UQ Holder pop up on my screen. Day gone.
Might as well. Yeah. If I lose sleep over something, or if it negatively affects my grades, it usually means it's really good.
That's great.
It's an absolutely terrible way to gauge quality, but it works surprisingly well.
Like, let's see. I read Railgun. I just UQ Holder.
I mean, Railgun I read in a couple hours.
It's turned into a tangent. It's great.
Yeah, no, dude,
it's just tangent.
This is the perfect
episode.
But yeah, I'm slowly attempting to become the king of romance mangas. Slowly but surely, I have a backlog that I'm working through.
Once
right now.
once I'm done being busy, I have like 3 up on the docket that I'm just gonna blow through in just like no time.
Solid.
Like I can't read that in class. I can't read Prison School in the back of class.
No, you can't read. You definitely should not read Prison School in the back of class.
You should watch Valkyrie Drive in the back of class.
Oh, anyway.
Yeah, have you read or watched anything this week, Connor?
I don't think so.
So I started watching Steven Universe recently. And
yeah! You know what? Yeah, you know what? We're going to talk about this real quick. We're going to talk because it
starts as a pretty generic SpongeBob ripoff with like good animation, and there's like some action that goes on, but it's like an episodic kind of thing. But I feel like the character designs really started putting me off. I thought a lot of the characters were annoying, and I feel like most of them get better over time, right? And it's not like, a very gradual, they're kind of better, they're a little bit better. No, they actually...
Pearl becomes the best.
They progress. It's anime almost. Because there's so many times that I looked at this and I go, this is just an anime. They do the JoJo thing where it's like, we're going to play a different part of the theme song at the end. Or a different part of our ending theme at the end.
There's so much about it.
The characters have like these tragic backstories they bring up. There's stuff in episodic things where at the end they'll throw in a splash of the plot.
Each character has their motivations. They have their reasons for being who they are. They have, like, the thing is like...
Here's the thing. The annoying character that you always hate in a show becomes self-aware. He goes, wow, I'm an annoying brick. And then he stops being annoying. It's the best part. He stops.
So... The thing
he
is,
discovers what he's doing wrong and stops doing it.
A little context
he's still
here.
A kid. But sorry, go ahead.
A little context here. I watched Steven Universe over the summer. I had a thing where I said the fan base is putting me off, the animation style is putting me off, and then me and my friend just said, let's just sit down and watch the first episode. And then we hit the second episode and the third episode, and we kept going until we hit the 11th episode, and then we pieced out, and I watched the rest in the span of 2 days when I should have been studying for a physics midterm.
And you call it Dragon Ball Z. And the reason why it's Dragon Ball Z, and this confused the shit out of me when you first said it, I'm like, this has nothing to do with it. The story's all different. It's literally just fusion.
Fusion and
that is
Connie.
I guess. But it's literally just fusion. It's like, let's take the fusion from Dragon Ball Z and actually kind of dissect it and go, where can we go with this?
And they go places.
Yeah, it's really weird what they do with it. So, I mean, if you like fusion and you're still watching this and still listening to this, I would definitely recommend watching Steven Universe at least. Like, just give it a quick run through. If you hate it, I'm really sorry. You won't hate it. Sit through the first, like, 20 episodes of, like, nothing, and then get to the good episodes.
Or you can I have reached the first 15 or so?
You're at 17.
17?
So it's about to get
So I am almost at the point where things currently get good.
The minute Lapis comes in, you just go, yeah.
It gets heavy.
It gets heavy fast. Like, literally, it's like, oh, Pearl. Ooh,
yeah. I thought the Nightmare Fuel episodes were going to be the good ones. They weren't as good. I thought the actual plot episodes were really good.
That plot episode with Pearl and just Sardonis, and then you just go, ooh. I know. But, okay, I'm going to wrap it. Yeah, we'll wrap this up. Let's see.
That was my anime.
Yeah.
I also watched a little bit of Yu Hakusho. It's getting better. I mean, it's building up on plot.
Anyway, let's go through this quickly then, so we could end this since it's getting later. Dawson, let's talk about this real quickly. Yukio Holder chapter 98?
98. What did we...
We got a continuation of last week's chapter.
Remind me of what we had exactly this week.
So this week, Toda was like, oh, hey, it's Shinobu. And then Shinobu was like, yo, you're cool, Toda. And then, like, everyone's like, oh, my God. That's really crazy.
Yes.
Oh, yes, this is insane. And then all of a sudden, it's like, boom.
Wait, why does that matter to you, Dawson?
Huh?
Why does Shinobu matter to you? You didn't watch Lavina, did you? Or is that different?
It's a different character.
And then, boom, Class Rep's granddaughter comes in through the window and just saves the chapter single-handedly by going, like, Toda, marry me.
Yeah. She's like, okay, but I'm going to save all these other girls by marrying Toda so they don't have to. It's her undeniably sound logic here.
And then all the immortals that are kind of into Toda, Kiri, and Koromaru are just like, oh my god, this is what being mortal is like, because they did that really cool thing where they're like, immortals always push off proposals.
Yeah.
When you're mortal, it's like, hey, I could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
But for immortals, they always push it off. And so that's the power of being mortal.
So all these mortals are like, hey, love me.
Yeah, and all the mortal girls are just being like, Toda, you're the best. And all the immortals are just like,
Can I take my time here?
Yeah. And then how did this chapter end?
We end with the most
cliffhanger.
Early Ken Akamatsu
cliffhanger.
Very sort of
Toda,
situation we could ever be in. Yeah.
So
Koromaru basically beginning a sentence that is meant to say, "A Toda, I love you," but it leaves off halfway through the word love, and there's no way he's gonna finish.
And the thing is, if he does, then literally, good job, Ken Akamatsu. You have learned.
Yeah,
you have learned. For
some reason, he finishes that sentence in the way nobody thinks he ever would. Pretty much. It's flip quite a few
even if he does, even if he doesn't, it's like he has to have something interesting up his sleeve.
Yeah,
and he always does.
It's most likely not going to be a generic moment as it could be.
But mortal girls aside, how do you like those new?
But yeah, I'm enjoying having new characters.
Theories wise,
this kind of ruins my Negima reunion. Chapter 100 theory, I think, but
well, who knows? I don't know.
Who knows?
Suddenly, Konoka and Setsuna just burst through with their grandchildren and be like, "Yo,
hey, what's up? We're here."
And then like Chachimaru was like, "Hey, I'm here too," and class rep's like, "Yo, I'm old."
Yeah. Well, I mean, if class rep's old, I'm assuming Setsuna and Setsuna and Konoka would also be quite old.
But honestly, I again. Every week, I love Yuki Hoarder, and like it just keeps going. Like One Piece kind of started to like die down on the hype. Like I don't think the hype has died down in a long time with Yuki Hoarder.
Yeah, I'm excited now because I have a couple solid weeklies I'm following at this point, which is the first time in a while I've had enough that I'm regularly following. At this point, I have UQ Holder, of course, which I'm super hyped for. Shokugeki is in the middle of a really interesting arc right now. They flipped things on its head recently, and I'm really interested in seeing where that goes. Prison School is... I don't feel like it's super hype right now, but I'm interested in seeing where that's going. And I really need to catch up on Yamada, because
I don't even know where that's going.
When I left Yamada, I didn't know where it was going.
Wasn't there a character named Shiraishi in Demon King? That was the name of one of the characters. I think that was the name of the class rep. Was Shiraishi.
Class rep was Shiraishi?
Yeah.
Well, she's not as good as Shiraishi.
Yeah.
But very few characters are.
But yeah, Yuki Holder still going strong. Yeah. I can't wait for next week, and we'll talk about that again next week.
Wish you would have let me leave for this part again.
No, we're gonna talk about Fall now. So we're gonna just blast through this real quick.
I don't think I've watched.
One Punch was good.
All I have to say on Fall right now is Noragami is hype, and One Punch is still amazing.
I'm gonna just
nothing's changed.
Torimuno was good.
I'm gonna go through this really quickly with the stuff that I watched. Comet Lucifer. I had high hopes. You've now destroyed my high hopes.
Damn.
Like that third episode. I'm gonna keep watching. A lot of people are thinking of dropping it now. That third episode had one of the worst villains known possible, and just like, let's just say this is the villain. Oh wow. Oh no, you know who the villain was? It was the main villain of Kusen Midoshi Kusen. You see one thing about a girl and just be like, ooh, now I'm obsessed. I'm gonna do the most radical thing to get her attention. And Kusen Midoshi Kusen, he became super powerful. In this one, you know what he does? He hacks the entire city and kills millions, like not millions, but like tons of people.
Alert.
Tons of people.
Another spoiler alert, this is literally the plot of Infinity Wars.
So, Comet Lucifer, you had my hopes, they're gone.
Wait, that's what the arc's called, right?
What?
In Marvel? Infinity Wars? Yeah, that's literally Infinity Wars.
Moving on, Concrete Revolution.
It was interesting.
It's interesting. I'm kind of scared
I'm
about.
Still losing my mind on the damn back forward shit.
I have a pretty.
Sometimes
I have pretty well. I'm doing pretty well.
It's just why.
I am not caught up on this at all.
Weren't you there when we watched it? Oh no, me and Connor watched it personally. Okay.
The only thing I've watched this week, the only thing I'm caught up on right now is Noragami and One Punch and possibly Heavy Object.
Wait, I thought we all watched Uwatori.
There's a new episode today.
Oh, there's a new one.
Today?
Yeah, but we're going to sleep after this.
So, not caught up on... Oh, I guess that means there was a new Heavy Object too, right?
Yeah, there was yesterday.
Yeah.
You went to bed before we could go watch that.
Yeah.
I have you there to watch that Concrete Revolution. It's pretty cool. I kind of... Each episode kind of has its own theme that they're trying to bring about, and this one was about justice. And that was actually really interesting. Gakusen Toshi Asterisk, I watched 2 episodes of that. Last week's episode was okay, and then this episode had a really, really cool battle moment. Like, I was seriously like, cool, you impressed me. You impressed me. And it's no longer feeling generic. It kind of was generic. But, like, literally, girl in MC's hands, and he's running around cutting up things. But you know what? They kind of gave plot relevance where, like, he has a power that basically makes him tired after 5 minutes. But it's actually pretty interesting.
You know what would make a good anime? Castaway. If they took the plot of Castaway and added in monsters and shit.
Yeah.
And it's just, I need to survive on this island. Let me make food. Let me make a home
Minecraft.
base.
Anyway,
the anime
Heavy Object.
Without the blockiness.
Yeah, Heavy Object. We watched last week's episode. We haven't watched this week's episode. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Finished up the first arc. The first arc's pretty cool. Yeah.
Oh, we did, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, we need to get back into the forest.
Dude, no. Anyway, it's like Metal Gear. I like it because they're battling gigantic robots.
Because it's like Metal Gear. I like it because I feel at home in a.
I agree. It's like Metal Gear.
Universe.
It's like a video game.
Yeah.
Thing. The logic is so stupid, but whatever.
Yeah. No, the thing is, a lot of people are just like, the characters are so, and then you're just like, the characters are just like characters in the Rail Dex universe.
Yeah, they're like the side characters in the Rail Dex universe. The side characters in Rail Dex universe are really bad, and the main ones are really well developed. It's this super awkward, like, disparity.
Man, what if all the side characters are really well developed and all the main characters? Anyway, that's pretty good. I'm gonna keep watching that once we have time to watch some Heavy Object, but I like it. I like where it's going. I like the whole, hey, you guys are now going around killing Metal Gears.
Yeah.
I like it.
Basically.
K Return of Kings, this week's episode was really cool. There was an alliance. It was awesome. Cool.
Oh, we watched the Butlers thing.
I'll get to that.
It wasn't Butlers.
Well, I watched their latest episode. You haven't watched the latest episode. Oh, I'll get to that. Kagiwani. We haven't watched that. I have. That's actually getting better. Within 7 minutes, they are telling some heartfelt stories. Like, you gotta... Dude, Dawson, you know how we were joking about the animation? Even though it's a really bad animation, those stories... And
this is the one that's only 2 minutes, right?
No, 7.
7?
This
is the 7 minutes?
Yeah, it's
the dinosaur thing.
The dinosaur. Last week's episode had a really heartfelt moment that like a bunch of people were like felt really emotional about, and this week's episode, the main character did something.
I will. Oh, he actually did something?
He saved people.
This is a huge mix-up, guys.
Unlike
Spoiler
other characters.
alert.
Yeah.
Dude, we're talking already about Fall Week 3. It's spoilers. Like, but dude, he saves people in this one.
Yeah.
So,
Spoiler alert from me.
Komori-san wa Koto...
Connor's not good spoilers.
Komori-san, 2 minutes. I can't remember it because it was 2 minutes. Cool.
It's only 2 minutes out of your day, and it's a full 2 minutes out of your day.
Yeah,
that
actually, it's about 10 minutes because I watched it about 5 times to understand what was going on. What? Lance and Mask, still don't know what's going on in that show. Honestly, that show confuses me. And this week, okay, Connor, I think I expressed this to Dawson about Lance and Mask. You know what the plot about this episode of Lance and Mask was? Basically, he goes up and he sees a girl he needs to be first he has a classmate, right? And he's kind of into this classmate, but then she's the girl from the first episode who he creeped out by being the White Knight, and so he doesn't want to reveal it to her. The horse goes to school with them.
I heard about that.
And then, with the best human face mask ever, best ever, and then it ends with him seeing this girl being trying to be abducted by a bunch of people in black suits. So he goes
trying to be abducted.
The black people in black suits are trying to abduct her. He goes down, tries to save her, right? Saves her, and then he's so cool and so awesome, and he does a specific move that apparently her dad does, that she just automatically goes, this guy's the strongest man in Japan, that must mean he's my dad. And he runs up to him and just goes, Daddy! And end of episode. And I literally was like...
plot twist, he's actually her dad.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
Gundam, we will watch that eventually.
I know we need to catch up with...
Noragami?
Iron-Blooded Orphans.
Oh, dude. We're getting cliffhanger after
cliffhanger.
after
Next week is probably the end of the arc, or the week after that, and then
I think we have 2 more.
And then we have one more arc of the season, and oh man, that cliffhanger.
I'm guessing we'll get no VA or 2 also.
That cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That cliffhanger.
Noragami had me on the edge of my seat, and it's keeping me there.
Yep, it's
I'm
there.
excited for
The
coming.
opening is still great.
The opening is still great. Always will be great.
One Punch Man. It's One Punch Man. What can we say? Supersonics this
Still
week.
hasn't dropped in quality.
Supersonics this week.
We're
Cool.
super hyped for Supersonic.
The Maid Show. Okay, they had a new episode that we all watched together.
Which Maid Show?
The
Maid.
Man.
I thought you said Maid Show.
No.
And I was like, there are so many Maid shows.
So, 2 weeks ago, that episode, pretty good. I was laughing. It was the MC is really trolling the girl with
Did I watch this
yeah.
one?
It was the one
Is
where
this
he
the one with the JoJo
Timestamp,
reference?
the
Okay.
JoJo reference, and then he just goes, "Yo, you could have magic powers too," and then you could stop time, and then she thinks she stopped time, and then they had the whole ramen scene.
Yeah.
So funny. This
The
week,
great ramen scene.
I'm not entirely sure if Connor will enjoy this week
Okay.
because
We
he
will
told
see.
me, you told me, when this show introduces the lolly, and
they
then
had to bring her up eventually.
and then when this show becomes a harem, boom, drop. This show became super funny with the introduction of the lolly and the harem. Because Lolly is great, and basically everyone's like, yeah, best daughter character, like,
Okay.
because everyone's like best girl, and she does some things, and there's some actually comedy where it was like, I enjoy the comedy, but I don't know if Connor will enjoy the comedy.
Okay.
Like, there's a couple moments where you're just like, okay.
Just
So-
shows her pedos. No, just kidding.
Well,
In denial.
there's a thing in this episode. I'm not gonna say it. Anyway, she's 14.
I'm not sure I want to watch this.
Rokudai Kishi no Cavalry. Cool last episode with the introduction of the Shadow Guy. And then this week actually had the tournament start.
Yeah.
And the tournament was cool. I watched it this morning. Really cool. Awesome.
That's the only one of the 3 that I'm in. Like,
I might show it to you later because like it had a really cool fight scene. And you know what? There's progress within the mains.
That is honestly what I would say is the best.
I've
just 'cause
seen
it
a
doesn't-
spoiler clip from the manga
Which one?
on Calvary.
What
I
out?
don't remember which clip it was, but it definitely confirmed progress.
There was progress at least in this episode.
Yeah.
Sakurako-san, pretty good still. It still seems like week to week mystery, casual CSI.
Yeah.
This week was about one of the like side characters. Something happens and then they have to console a side character. It's actually really touching and actually really emotional, and actually you kind of feel sad at the end. So actually it's pretty good. Perfect Insider, we have to watch that
We need
because
to watch that. Shit.
everything that I said about the second episode, throw that out the window because I was wrong.
Damn, it's time for some.
And I saw some theories, and
Some
I don't want to
serious
say those
mix-up.
theories, but there's a really good theory about what happened in that closed room.
Okay. I don't want to hear theories
Don't go on
about this show
don't go on Reddit.
until it's over.
Don't go on Reddit.
Yeah.
Because I read a good theory, and it could totally be correct.
Yeah. This is something I want to attempt to puzzle out myself as much as I will never be able to.
Oh my, like, you know how I said the first 2 episodes is literally like there's a lot of talking, and then you go, that could be a hint. That could be. There's
a lot that definitely could be.
That could be a hint. That could majorly be and like, even the ending. I'll say this. You know the ending bit about the car, and then like I was like, oh, that's only the little sister. No, I'm wrong.
It wasn't.
That's a flashback.
Okay, cool. So
that's what we were saying.
That's a flashback of the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I thought it was originally we thought it was a flashback,
and then we
thought it was the little sister because we read comments about
it.
And
now
it's
been confirmed. It's a flashback.
It was flashback.
And that they do another flashback on this episode, and that one's even heavier.
Damn. Okay, that's something I will definitely be catching up with.
Anti-Magic Academy. It's Anti-Magic Academy.
I'm sticking out my tongue here. If you guys didn't know.
It's okay. It's okay. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, to say the least. They introduced the witch character, and the witch character is now a part of the main cast, and going off the whole thing of the witch was framed for murder, and then they're like, hey, she was framed for murder. Then somebody used the spell to make her forget everything, like about the whole scenario, and then so now she's back, and they're like, hey, we'll put you on the team, and so you're now part of the team. So now she's part of the team, and the full cast is there. And it's not that bad. Not that bad. Better than Demon King. Anyway, Utorimono, last week's episode, pretty good. It had a cute bird. What do you guys have to say?
The cute bird that we thought was that was a great joke.
Didn't we already talk about that?
Did we talk about
how
great that joke was?
That it was the one thing that got us in that show.
I was laughing quite a lot harder than I expected to be laughing at that show on the joke surrounding the bird.
You originally think that it's a talking bird, and then it's not a talking bird.
You have a very pretty voice. The bird flushes.
Yeah.
And basically the bird goes super tsundere.
Yeah.
The bird's not tsundere.
Dude,
the bird's fucking dare as hell.
The bird is dare as hell, yeah. The bird's going full dare here.
And the bird is like the most, the biggest part of the harem right now, honestly.
Literally, like...
The bird has the lead.
I have to say,
guy's worst girl.
Utorimono.
Dude, he's my OTP right there.
Dude.
Mage dude.
I have to say, the 2 animes that caught my attention really hard this season, Perfect Insider and Utorimono, excellent.
Both living up to their...
So far, so excellent.
First episodes.
Calvary, surprising me, and I'm actually really enjoying it. And Gundam.
We need to watch Gundam. Why didn't we watch Gundam?
Dude, because I was going to watch it.
Bad planning on our part, honestly.
I was thinking of watching Gundam, but then you wanted to watch Gundam, so I never got around to watching Gundam because I was waiting for you to watch it. And we've been programming off and on.
We'll watch Gundam tomorrow.
Yeah, if we have time. Let's do all of our work and then we'll watch anime. Anyway, I watched Young Blackjack. It's Young Blackjack. It's pretty cool, I guess.
Young Blackjack is Young Blackjack.
They did like some weird head surgery last week, and then this week they had a.
Did you get to see a brain?
No.
No.
They went to Vietnam this week.
Ooh, that's fun.
And
it's unexpected.
It ended on a cliffhanger.
In Vietnam.
Yeah, basically a bunch of people go out into the forest, and he's hanging out with a photographer dude he's a war photographer and a medic, and then a bunch of soldiers. And they're out in the middle of the forest, and they get attacked by guerrilla fighters, and then somebody gets shot, and in the middle of the firefight, he runs up and saves the guy's life.
My biggest question
is how did he not
what's MC wearing?
He is wearing the same exact outfit.
He has not changed?
No.
Okay.
He doesn't have the lab coat anymore.
No lab
coat. It's just him in the vest, and he literally is in the middle of a firefight, performing surgery, not under any sandbags or anything, literally in the open. And you see the bullets fly by his head.
I think Geneva Convention was like...
This guy's pretty hardcore.
So
apparently.
I mean, that would be against the Geneva Convention.
So
shooting,
yeah,
right?
fall week 2015. We had a kind of a rough week because a lot of us couldn't get a lot of things watched. But I've officially moved Valkyrie Drive from my watching list to my on hold list. Pending dropped.
Just too much.
Because I saw screenshots from this week and I went,
Can't do this.
there was a lot of bondage.
Yeah.
But besides that, fall season's still going strong. I'm the only one who watches a lot of the stuff, so that's why I had to do the quick one through. So hopefully I could catch these guys up on some of the other stuff that's good.
I'm either going to be really relieved or about to kill myself next week, just FYI.
Why? Oh.
Depending on how all the tests and programs go.
Oh, you'll be fine. But, any last minute thoughts?
Not much to say.
This is
It's been a rough week. Next week will hopefully be better. And
it's only going to get rougher for me, but
I swear to God we'll be back on format next week.
this was a great podcast. This had to be the one experience.
Stay tuned for a spooky spectacular.
Oh
Higurashi.
yeah, the spook fest that is Higurashi.
In the
coming
whipped
to a
cream.
podcast near you.
And the whipped cream everywhere.
Oh god.
We'll make sure to bring our whipped cream cans and cherries.
Indeed.
Connor is
I'll
looking.
make sure to take a gun and shoot you all down in the forest.
Connor's
So
Hey, which is
spoilers
green?
and dirty looks.
Which one's
running
green,
amok.
Andrew? Broccoli or cauliflower?
I'm gonna try to get this out by the next one out by Saturday. So this one will come out on regular schedule Tuesday, and then the next one we'll try to get out by Saturday. So on
In
time
time
for
for a spooky Halloween.
But besides that, any other thoughts? I want to sleep.
Yeah, I'm ready for some sleep here.
I'm ready to sleep and get some work done. So
I look sexy as fuck in a Shy Guy costume.
Yeah, that was confirmed today and will be confirmed again on Halloween.
So-
Connor,
Also,
Connor's
I'm
Shy Guy
pretty
costume is
dehydrated
on
right
point.
now. I'm about to fall over.
so
Ditto that.
for now, goodbye
Signing
and
off.
good
Goodbye.
night.
Yeah.